want to participate in a Don and Mike Show contest? How about this? You or a member of your household can only win once for 60 days. You must comply with any age limitations for each contest. For complete contest rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the mighty WJFK, P.O. Box 3649, Washington, D.C. 20007. Thank you, and God bless.
Everybody loves Don and Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There ye go.
Yeah.
Aight. Okay. Gosh. Really, a million things to get into this opening segment.
You're a busy man today.
Because we've got a big show today. We got a big show tomorrow. We got a big show Friday. Frankly, we're going to run out of show sometime next week, so just be advised.
Yeah, that's when it'll kind of plane out.
Because frankly, although we've championed for it for years, I don't know if I can handle a show with all the stuff we have to talk about in the beginning. Even my own little petty crap, which sadly is going to have to take a back seat to some of this material.
No.
The extreme home makeover guy, the widower guy.
Yes.
I'm going to put him through the ringer today to find out if that's true.
Now, is this the guy, is this the chiropractor?
The widower with 8 kids.
Wow.
Yes.
Boy, I'm so excited.
So, Wanda Sykes today.
Yay, I love her.
Wanda Sykes. Isn't that something? Or, how about that?
How about that? It's
Isn't
basically
that something?
There are 2 names for that feature.
I'd like to propose a third name.
What?
That is wild.
That's wild.
That is wild.
Or simply, how about a one name? Wow.
Well, isn't that something?
Or how about that?
I love how about that.
We can incorporate both today.
I think it's quite natural to go in between. How about that? And isn't that something?
We just got too much stuff today on the show.
And look at that. We have more names for features that we've already had. I mean, it's just so busy.
And Don,
Rob,
I got
how many
something
days,
to tell
boys?
you.
I figured it out. He's here tomorrow.
26 hours until Ditka.
1 day until Ditka.
Wow. One day the Ditka.
You'll want to keep that in the forefront of your mind.
Ditka can affect the calendar by his mood.
Texas Pro 4040.
Okay, before we start the show. Oh, and happy anniversary to you.
Yeah.
You know, to quote the Little River Band, happy anniversary, baby. I've got you on my mind.
You know, we used to have
I thought you were going to say to quote the River Band. Have you heard about the Lonesome Loser?
Perhaps later.
Next year.
I meant simply in your soul.
Oh, of course.
We used to have a wonderful little tape, the Happy Anniversary tape. We used to have it, and we never seem to play it for anniversaries anymore, but I think this would be a wonderful
He's gone
way to play it.
He's gone to fetch it.
8 years today. 8 years for Robin Carey.
There it is.
Do you know it was 8 years ago?
Oh,
happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
Now let's do a quick test. Mike, what do you remember most about Rob A's wedding? All right, Mike's not the right.
No, I do remember it. I do. I remember 2 things, but the number 1 thing would be Rudy's beer can television.
That's right. That's number 1.
Where else would you rather be?
Shut up.
Than right here?
Right now, I know.
Right.
You matched Don and I. That's the one, and it was my wedding.
Number 2 would be Brad's toast, his best buddy Brad, who said, "This is a man who considers gravy to be a beverage." That is correct.
Yes.
But the number 1 highlight of Rob Spiewak's wedding was Rudy Martzke of USA Today watching a television that was in the shape of a beer can
Coors Light can
in the church.
in the sanctuary.
So that he could appear to be celebrating a wedding. We have to happy anniversary.
There you go, Rob. Look at that, 8 years, and you know what, my man?
What's that?
You still haven't killed her.
No, she's just worn me down to a nub, that's all. And I'd like to throw another piece of Martzke trivia in. Do you remember his tie?
No.
It had cheese on it.
Cheese
It was
tie.
blocks of cheese.
Well,
on his
anytime
tie.
he eats.
That's true. No. It was images of cheese.
I see.
But happy anniversary, Carrie.
Happy anniversary.
I love you, Carrie, my wife.
Now, my wife, I have to tell you,
Yeah?
this is all still pre-show. This doesn't count.
Yeah, no.
Boy, she pissed me off today.
I'm sorry.
And it was nothing she did. It's the
Okay.
people that she worked with. She has a job that I don't talk about because of her privacy and all that other stuff. And I don't call her and bug her at work. I really don't. I wish she would adopt the same philosophy with me, but that's not going to happen. But as it turns out, I need to speak to her today.
Gimme. I need.
She's gone to work. I won't bore you with the details, but it was something to do with something that she handles, and I don't really handle it. And the guy called. So I call where she works at 10 o'clock. She's doing something. She's on. Can she call you back? I go, yeah, no problem. Sure. 10:30. I call back. Hey, it's me, the husband. Is she there? Yeah, hold on. Let me put you on hold. And I sat for 10 minutes like I'm calling an airline. And where my wife works has this annoying beep, 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 beep. Like no music, no nothing, just a beeping. 10 minutes ago.
Makes you more aware of the time.
I hang up. I call back. It's 11:15. I call back. Same woman every time. Hi, listen, it's me. I'd like to talk to my wife. It's a family member. It's the husband. I know. I told her, but she's whatever, with the client, whatever it is, and incidentally, I should tell you, she's whoring. That's what she's doing. She's with a client.
She can't be interrupted.
She's with a client.
She can't come downstairs now.
No, and whoring is a dirty word.
Yes.
She's giving body massages.
That's right.
She's hooking.
That's what we say.
So I call back.
She's tricking.
This is now 1:45.
Turning tricks.
The guy keeps calling me at home saying, What's the deal? What's the number? This thing that I got to find on the computer, and I don't know.
This is my deal here, Wade.
And I don't know how because I don't know the password, right?
Right.
So finally, I call and I say, "Hi, it's me again." The woman says, "Hi." And it's been almost 2 hours.
Oh.
I said, "I don't care what my wife is doing. I want you to go back right now and tell her husband is on the telephone with a real emergency. It doesn't get bigger than this. Nope. It's not death, but it's an emergency. I need to speak to her now." I then proceeded to wait for 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Until my wife picked up the phone. Now, I told her, you make sure if I call you at work that they know to get you on the telephone. Because you never know what I might need. This was not, show-related.
What if it had been crucial?
Yes. So, brilliant. And thank you, and let me just point out, thank God I have a cell phone.
Thank God.
That's one of the things that Freda told me recently, that thank God you have a cell phone, so you are always reachable. Well, I needed to reach her today, so what I'm going to do now, if you give me just a second, is call her at work and see how long it takes her to answer.
Her cell phone?
No, I'm not. She's not allowed to use her cell at work.
Okay.
I'm going to call where she works and see if they... Oh, I got to take this part off the air. Oh, hold on a second. How do I hear this? For goodness sakes. Hold on a second there. Hello.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, hello? Yeah, hi. Is Freda there, please? This is Mike, her husband.
Oh, your real name.
Very good.
Oh, now you're going to get to hear the beep. Let's count the beeps now. Hello? See? This is what I was discussing. And I told her explicitly...
Are we timing right now?
Yes. I told her explicitly to tell...
Hello?
Oh,
wow, look at that.
Very good. That was under 30 seconds.
All right, sweet pea. Well, I cannot be interrupted in my job, unlike yours. I know I'm spoiled.
It's just I wanted to make sure. What was that you just said?
Unlike yours, where I can call you anytime, and burst right in.
Yeah. Okay.
And that doesn't mean you're less important than me.
This is not an indictment of you, darling. This is an indictment of those that you work with. That when Big Daddy calls, it should be no matter what client you're with, no matter who you're hooking with, you should put down the lotion, come over, pick up the telephone, and talk to Big Daddy. Because I only call you at work, and I think you'll agree, with the biggest stuff. With the stuff that I can't figure out without you.
Then they did burst in on me and my client and said, "It's an emergency." And so my client got this stricken look on her face like someone had died. And I, meanwhile, having been married to the man who's cried wolf so many times, go, it's probably not.
Thank you. That's even now.
Dangerous. Well, how was it characterized after you found out what it was?
I said, well, I appreciate it, and it was important, but, nobody was dying. I wanted to reassure my customer.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Did you close the deal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she always closes that deal. All right, baby, we'll go back to work.
But I'm glad that I'm important to you, and I'll try to be right around when you need me from here on out.
Listen, just tell those people at work, when Big Daddy calls, it's important. I'm not calling to say how are you, how have you been.
Well,
I'm calling with important information.
I could wear a cell phone all the time, and then you could reach me all the time.
Hold on, I thought you couldn't use your cell phone at work.
Matter of fact, I got to go. Bart's on the cell phone right now.
All right, goodbye. Hold on, I really thought you couldn't use your cell phone at work.
It's on vibrate.
It's on vibrate.
Hi, Bart. I'm talking to Daddy. That's all right, sweet pea. I'll call you right back. Okay, love you.
Listen to this. Okay. All right, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I could go through this.
This is an important woman.
Yes. I didn't know that. Listen, tomorrow.
Yes.
Will you be? You're not working tomorrow, right?
That's right.
So, at some point tomorrow during the show, and again, we're jam-packed. I don't know if we can fit this in. I'd love to do the dog experiment with you at home.
Very good.
I'd love to do the thing where you have the radio on, you sit at the kitchen table like you're just listening to the radio, and tell me if the dogs react to my voice over the radio, saying to them, "Hey, Daddy's got cookies, Daddy's got cookies," and it'll be one of those things where it doesn't matter that the radio's turned up at home. We want to hear the reaction.
Yeah, and we'll get Freda with a clipboard taking notes and seeing what's going on, reporting to. It's a medical experiment,
and hopefully the dogs will bark. I believe the dogs will bark. That I can work them into such a frenzy that they think I'm going to give them a cookie that they'll be able to bark.
I better buy cookies, and we're almost out.
Just by hearing my voice on the air.
All right, my darling. Yes, right. I will be your slave tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Love it. All right, go get back in your bottle now.
Okay.
All right, bye, baby. Bye.
Wow, that's working.
Yeah,
it's a woman who's in demand.
Yeah.
You know what? She apologized to me on Sunday. Check it out.
Yeah. You're still keeping that one in the bank. You're
Check it out.
That's a good thing right there, boy.
Check it out. Hello there. Hello, this is Michael Scott Shadows.
Milburn Drysdale here, president of the Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills, and I just want to say, Granny. Granny.
I have 2 jokes, 2 groaners.
2 jokes, a total of 4 pieces of prepared comedy.
From the service that sends us the jokes, even though we don't pay for them.
And before you do, how about a shout-out to my close personal friend who will be missed, Jack Cassidy. Thank you. Just felt like saying Jack Cassidy.
Sure. He was bisexual and killed with the fiery tongues of flame as he set himself ablaze while smoking in his Beverly Hills bungalow.
And, of course, you mentioned Beverly Hills. Always like to see him at the Commerce Bank.
Yes.
With Miss Hathaway.
A thought for the day.
Yes.
Hello. If you steal from someone, you're a thief. If you force yourself on someone, you're a rapist. But if you do both, you're a pirate. Wow. Just a thought.
It is
a random thought.
That's what the DJ
Just a thought.
Do you see right at the top, Mike? It said, "Can you read it?"
Thought for the day.
Thought for the day.
How about that?
Then you go to the joke.
That's something.
Then you go to the joke. The joke that says, "Careful, Cletus,"
right?
Meaning that this would be the joke that you got to watch out for the content.
Or in your case, those are the ones you're drawn to.
Hello. John Kerry said that he and Chris Reeve were close friends, which is strange because you would have thought that Christopher Reeve wouldn't have liked to be around anything that reminded him of a horse.
Wow.
And now, the groaners.
Now the groaners?
Now the groaners.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Milburn Drysdale.
I'm Michael Scott Shannon, committing to this every single day.
And I'm Milburn Drysdale, just a bit wobbly.
At what home furnishing store can you buy crystal meth?
What?
Crank and Barrel.
God.
Wow. Hello.
One more.
What national home furnishing store is the most popular with NRA members?
What?
Crank and Double Barrel.
Hey, now. I have to admit, I laugh.
Yes. Yeah.
Crank and Double Barrel.
Gotcha. Hi, everybody. Everybody. Let's get retarded. Hello.
Hi, Dynamite. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
air in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe.
And he is.
A true story. He was a neo-Nazi with one true enemy. Himself. A man of faith. A man of hate. And a soul torn apart. Viewer discretion advised.
How have you been?
How have you been?
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. A part of the Seattle scene and all the ships at sea. They go together like porno books and diced cheese. Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Correct, thank you, Ron.
Hello.
We got John Kerry.
Oh, hi there.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Julia. Don and Mike Show. New episode on this Tuesday. 01-1204.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
And there you go. That's a little bit early on my part. A little premature with that. But
No, he's not retarded.
Retarded. And hi. This is the show.
Well, here we all are.
So, gosh, even before we talk about fantasy football, which we're going to have to cover here at the beginning of the show.
Right.
Even before we talk, oh God, I got so much stuff.
Yeah.
Kooky Neighbors, Buddha Mouse, fantasy football,
Buddha Mouse.
Beth Ann McBride, what's going on with her
feature.
behind the scenes. I hate to start the show on a downer, and not really a downer, but I just have to tell you a fast story about what happened to us in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
Where until Monday we were heard daily from noon to 4 on KALL radio. I can't tell you who told me this, but it is the God's honest truth. We've had radio stations cancel on us before because they didn't like the content, or because we put something on the air they didn't dig, or because we didn't get ratings, or because we didn't get revenue, or because they didn't like us. I mean, a variety of reasons.
Of course.
Now, let me outline the Salt Lake radio scene for you for a moment.
Please.
It's the 36th largest market in America, over 1 million people. They have one sports team. Good for them, the Utah Jazz.
Right.
They already have 2 sports talk radio stations, 2 full-time sports talk radio stations.
Wow.
And I swear to God that this is the way that this was relayed to me by a person who I can't tell you the name.
Right.
This is how nutty radio and politics have become.
Right.
In the state of Utah, it was let me first say, it's not a Clear Channel mandate, because even though the station's owned by Clear Channel, it was a local Salt Lake City management decision.
Okay.
Our show leans too much to the left to air.
This show?
They fired, and I feel bad because they had
Well,
apparently...
because our politics were a little bit too far to the left?
And I guess that they had some morning guy who had never done anything like this in his life. I mean, I guess he did a regular jive show.
Yeah.
We've been on this station about 8 months. This guy started talking about how he hates Bush. They signed him to a new contract, and they also canned his ass on Monday.
Oh, my God.
Because of the politics.
Well, no, they're going to say, Mike, the spin is because they want to go all sports.
Right.
So there'll be the third?
Even though the guy that was on in the morning had a regular sports guy, and even though our show has like Rich Eisen on it, and we're going to have Charlie Casserly from the Houston Texans, and I love football, and Mike loves baseball, and we talk about NASCAR. I mean, we're not a sports show. But we're on about 10 sports stations throughout America.
And we love sports, and we talk about sports. That's the way it goes.
So that's not the reason.
I think that's funny. I think that is big time funny.
The reason they took us off was apparently, I mean, say what you will about the media landscape. Even with the toned down version of what we are doing now, as opposed to a year ago, it still, in some ways, is too hot for whoever was running the show there at KALL in Salt Lake City. And this time it has nothing to do with nudity, profanity, fart jokes, anything like. It's the slant of the show.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Did you ever think this day would come?
That because of our politics, we would be eliminated from the Salt Lake City airways.
It is the truth. Wow. I speak the truth. You would think the election,
That's amazing.
The elections in 3 weeks what the hell? What's it going to matter? Well, mattered enough to this radio station.
Do they know that once the election's over, we go back to not caring? And something's wrong with my microphone, I believe.
Oh,
I hear like a little, maybe it's my headphones, but something's going maybe it's in my own brain.
I don't hear that.
Headphones or brain? The mic's okay.
You find the microphone sounds fine.
Hello.
But
Okay.
Salt Lake City will not be hearing this show, and really, I'm the last guy that wants to pile on this thing, because I think that this is, in the grand scheme, our show is meaningless. We're a diversion.
Politically, I would agree with you.
We're a diversion at best, and if you look at the show for political insight, you're screwed.
Right.
However, having said that, what's going on?
It's a close race. It's an emotional race.
We're being censored.
Yeah.
Again.
No, it was not censored. They canned us.
The fact is that in the world of political radio, you don't get many shows that are I'm sorry, it's probably my headphones. That's why I'll stop playing with them.
Distracted.
You don't get many shows that are really, that would be even considered even left of center. You get a lot of those shows that are considered right of center.
You get all
so I guess maybe what did they feel like kind of left out, that they wanted some good old fashioned right wing politics, because that's what dominates the radio waves. What I heard was, and this is the BS that I heard, the truth was, well, what they're saying, God, there's lies on so many levels, because it's radio. Mm-hmm.
You know, that first, there is a void for sports in Salt Lake City. Right. With 2 full-time stations already and only 1 pro team. Right. But secondly, what they'll say, but they won't say publicly, is that they knew what our show was about. And they knew that we talked about politics. But, darn it, they just didn't know that it was always going to be Bush is an idiot and Kerry's the guy to vote for.
Yeah, but I think we've done dumb stories on both of them.
Of course we have, and it's not, listen, for God's sake.
I don't think we're not going to come out and lie like certain news organizations and say we're fair and balanced.
No, we're not.
But if Kerry were elected, we'd beat him up, too.
Listen, hold on.
Yeah.
We had Shirley Jones on yesterday. We are not a political show.
No, we're not.
We're making hay of the situation. You know what guy we're voting for. Just very interesting to know that in this political climate, when you have Sinclair Broadcasting, these TV people, I'm sure, Buzz, you're going to have this in your new show.
Yeah, ordering their stations to run an anti-Kerry documentary.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised by this.
Yeah, I think you're getting people that, and I think it comes from, you can mention the local station, Don, but I do believe a lot of this pressure comes from a higher than that. I really think you've got a lot of pressure coming from corporate America.
The guy that I talked to said specifically, because it's Clear Channel, and Clear Channel is getting a lot of Air America stuff, the Al Franken network, they're clearing a lot of that. They will say, it's not a national decision. We're still on, I think, 8 Clear Channel radio stations. This is a decision by the Salt Lake City management.
So he's probably a right-winger.
I blame the liberal media.
That's easy.
Meanwhile, you're going to continue to book radical left-wing guests like Shirley Jones.
Anyway,
but you know what? Here's the deal.
That's the truth.
Do you remember a presidential election where we even spent this much time talking about it?
No.
But because the country's talking about it. Because this is the first time in my memory that it's ever been this contentious and it's been this interesting and people are battling it out. I think that's why we're talking about it. Because everybody's talking about it.
That's pretty great.
It's amazing.
That's pretty great. Here is
George Bush.
What is Mark in Tampa Bay? Hello, Mark.
Hey, Don, Mike, the funniest thing about it is that it's in Utah. Like, you could possibly get those guys to vote anything other than Republican in 100 years.
That's a good point. That is a very good
maybe
point.
That's why another reason the show's gone there.
Gotta be a few Democrats. Maybe they were getting a lot of complaint calls. What are they talking about there?
I got to be honest, though. I mean, I'm tracking the ratings like I do in all of our markets.
Yeah.
I mean, our ratings were going up and everything. Let's be honest. Like, we're cracking the top 15. Okay? It's not like everybody in Salt Lake City was walking down the street going, I can't believe how great it is listening to AM radio from noon to 4.
Well, when we got to 15, they saw us as a threat.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, here's...
time to breathe on that top 10 buzz.
Sean in Austin, Texas. Sean. Hold on, where is he? Sean?
There we go, my radio gods.
Hi there, Sean.
Well, I was disappointed when they changed formats because they had you guys on their live audio stream, and that was the only way I could listen to you live through the internet. Because here in Austin, of course, we have the stupid same-day recording or whatever.
Yeah, but listen, in Austin, Texas, and let's not make this all about all of our affiliates. In Austin...
Isn't that another Republican stronghold?
I want to say this about Austin, that we had a chat with the program director there, and we didn't like being on a one-day delay.
Oh, horrible.
I know it is, but now at least the show's on the same day.
Yeah, they're moving in the right direction.
They're moving in the right direction.
Baby step. There's a big difference between the next day and doing a same-day tape delay. I think there's an enormous... And you're right, Buzz. Austin, kind of a hip, Music City type
college town, art community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here is Derek in Kansas. Derek.
Hey, Don and Mike, Radio God.
Hi there.
I have to say that, I'm here in Buzz Burbank's hometown of Wichita, Kansas, and I'm about as conservative as you get. I switched from Rush Limbaugh to listen to you guys, and I don't agree with you guys politically, but you're the funniest things on the damn radio, which is what I listen to all the time.
That is the most salient point right there, because really, the fact is...
That's right.
Even when we talk politics...
That's right.
What are there, maybe 16 seconds of serious banter a week? Right. And the rest of it, we're just goofing around. My God, we call John Kerry Herman Munster.
Hold on. We got some Republicans calling us. Hi there.
Don, Mike.
Yeah.
Hi.
What's the difference between me vowing not to go see Bruce Springsteen anymore and what they've done now?
See, now we're going to get these Republicans.
I'm just asking.
No difference. It's a free country. They can do what they want. We don't care.
I'm just pointing it out.
Let me ask one more question. Can I, please?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Right.
See, it's a comedy show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's another one. Some guy in Idaho. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You reap what you sow.
Hi, it's Carl Rove calling. So you know what I say to that dude? I say out of 45 affiliates, if one Bass Hackers affiliate drops us because of that, screw them.
Well,
let me stop. Hold on. I want to say something to you, sir. If what you advocate, okay, you're obviously all for this. You reap what you sow. Do you know what direction we're headed towards? If that's the way it really is, if you have like the media outlets and say it's a general manager, then it's a regional supervisor, then it's the entire network. They start deciding who they're going to keep because of the political angle of the shows. You know what you got? When you end that all up, you get to the Soviet Union. That's what you get there.
One-party system.
No, they have every right to make a judgment based upon, the product.
Agreed.
And you guys are, now, Don has tried to keep it under control.
Yes.
To keep
that's
Mike
right.
and Buzz on a leash a little bit.
That's exactly what I've had to do with these guys.
Every day. He lectures
the man. He's holding us down.
You got to make up your mind on me. Either I'm an angry guy and that's why you like me, or I'm the guy that keeps all these other angry guys in. Listen. You just listen. You know what? You reap what you sow when you called this show. There you go. Enjoy the dial tone.
Pound sand.
There you go.
Get bent.
Enough of that. Let me see. What do we have here? You can be two left. I don't want to talk to that guy. Don's a Republican. You dope, I'm not a Republican anymore.
Try to keep up.
Don's politics. No thanks. Mike's politics. No thanks. Salt Lake City politics. The problem is all the people calling in about Salt Lake City don't live in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, if it's somebody who's lived there, I wouldn't mind talking to. Salt Lake City's politics. I'd be curious.
All right, I'll take that one. It's Keith. Hello, Keith.
Hi. Yeah, I used to live in Salt Lake City for quite a while, and just to give you a perspective, in 92 and 96, this is the only state in the union where Perot pulled second and Clinton pulled third.
Okay,
so,
all right, well, that's all right. Now,
that
is a good perspective. All right.
Hold on.
That sort of tells you that that's the way they feel. They probably got a lot of complaints.
Hold on. Here is a caller from Salt Lake City, and I can tell that from the caller ID, area code 801. Hi, Tom.
Yes. Radio God, how are you?
Tom, listen, we wish we could be on in Salt Lake. You have to know the truth, dude.
I know the truth, man. I've been listening online. And let me tell you something. We've got
that's illegal.
Local sports channels.
Don't mention that,
5 local AM sports channels.
Hold on. Wow. How many sports in Salt Lake City? 5?
5 local sports channels on AM. So for them to just pull you up because they want to go sports because there's not enough, it's total BS.
Tom, get in your car right now and drive. Leave Salt Lake City. Just run.
It's just not thick enough, is it?
Well, here's the deal. They have every right to pull us off for whatever reason they want to.
That's right.
But be honest about it.
Well, hold on now. Here's the guy who says we're still being heard in Salt Lake.
How you doing?
Brandon.
How you doing today?
Are you listening to us on KALL?
No, I'm not. I used to up until Monday, but now I'm listening to you on the Edge from Pittsburgh over the internet, to be honest with you.
Okay. Oh, listen now. You guys, hold on. I desperately want to keep secret the fact. I can't even. I'm going to speak in Pig Latin.
Okay, go ahead, Don.
Okay.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is like in those mafia movies. Michael, we're going to speak Italian, if you don't mind.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I won't even speak Pig Latin.
Michael and I will speak Italian now.
We are not allowed to have our show streamed on the web because of CBS and Viacom. We know that there are stations and places where you can go to do that. What's the first rule of Fight Club?
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Okay, and now that you've mentioned that on the air, I am sure the Infinity lawyers are going to be calling that place you mentioned to tell them to shut up with that.
Well, I didn't want to stop you guys from being broadcast, but, too good a show not to be heard.
Wow. I agree, but you got to move to where the food is. But, dude, here's the thing. If you live in Salt Lake City and there's another station that's offering a feed of the show on the Internet, don't blow it for everybody.
All right. But they made a big mistake. This city needs another sports talk radio. Then it's crazy out here. I can't believe they did that to you guys. And, they fired some of the most talented radio broadcasters I've ever heard that were on that station.
Now they fired the morning guy, too, right?
Yeah, he had 33 years experience, and the sports guy has done more for the University of Utah sports than almost as much as Urban Meyer has, and they got rid of him, too.
All because the guy decided to do some Bush bits.
Oh, I guess their new morning guy, get this, is a political science major from the University of Utah, and the kid's so wet behind the ears doesn't know anything about what he's talking about in the first place.
What's the political angle of his show?
It's hard to say. He swings both ways. He's almost like Bush. He doesn't about face when face is in his, in his grill.
But if this is who they replaced the morning guy with, then they're not going sports.
Well, yeah, in the morning they got that, and they've got a gentleman who's been in the Valley for years, doing a little bit of sports, but he's not very knowledgeable. And
Christ. All right, thank you, my friend. Hold on a second.
That's
Hold
the
on.
Salt Lake scene.
Here's David David in Pittsburgh. David.
Yes, sir.
Hey, howdy.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing great.
Good, man. Hey, that guy just totally turned me off. The only way I can listen to your show is because I'm stuck in a little office here.
All right, hold on. Stop it now.
You're talking about Fight Club.
Goodbye.
You must be mistaken, sir.
Goodbye.
You just told me not to, so I thought I would.
I throw it in.
You just said don't. Whatever you do, don't, and so I will. Duh.
Anyway, let him chew on that in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
And I feel bad equally for the guy that had been there over 30 years.
Yeah.
Guy, first off, if you're working in Salt Lake Radio for 30 years and you live there,
feel bad.
You should be institutionalized.
What? He's exercising his right as a general manager. I support him and salute him.
Lots of talented gentlemen on that station, though. Some of the most talented gentlemen in the Valley.
Yes, and I say farewell, adieu to you,
in the Valley,
gentlemen.
Should we speak about the internets?
The first rule of internet is not to talk about internets.
Now, where is John Norman? We got so much here. We got Fantasy Football Week 5 recap for you.
Oh,
Good.
no. Do we have
This is the only time I find out what happened.
Hold on, but here we go. Here's a guy who says he knows why Utah dropped us.
Huh.
Jeff in York, Pennsylvania. Jeff, I've already told you, but why do you think, my friend?
Hey, Don. To be honest with you, I haven't been listening as much lately either. And I don't like the way that you guys talk about Bush.
Well, then change the channel and go to hell.
I have.
Okay, well, then why are you calling me? Because you're still listening. Because you're still listening.
You can't control yourself.
Couldn't find any music to listen to.
Yeah, right. Okay, go to hell. I couldn't find any music. 8-track, cassette. I mean, I'm going back to the mindset that guy would understand. 8-track. Get yourself a nice big 8-track thing.
All of my Mitch Miller records.
Okay, it's week 5. In the Dynamite Fantasy League, and I should mention, on Friday's episode, we'll have Rich Eisen from NFL Total Access. Pick the pros with Rich Eisen. Rich is brought to us by Tower Records, Tower.com. Nobody has a bigger selection of the music and movies you love than Tower. And please check out Rich. Go to NFL.com. Here is our commissioner, John Norman, with scores for week number 5.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi. With a look from the right, here we'll give you the scores from last week. Let's see. Puppy Play Girls took down Opus 113.
You got to use names here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took down Don 113 to 63.
Wow.
Handing in his first defeat.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So the great juggernaut has been slowed.
Yeah. Excuse me. Do you think anybody could slow that? How many points you get from Dante Culpepper?
That would be 48.
Oh, so you went up against the great Dante Culpepper.
I bow my head to John. I told him when I saw him yesterday. Way to go.
How many points did Don get?
He had 63.
63. So, it sounds to me like anyone could have beaten you.
Hey, what's your spot in the standings? Oh yeah, that's right. They're still behind me. That's right. And who did you beat this week? A girl.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
A W is a W.
But you're still a W behind me.
I know I am.
And Rob, he got a win, took down Buzz 100-79.
That's 3 digits.
Very nice.
Yes.
And Joe, he got screwed by the Titans this past night. Drops to Bart 95-90.
Is Joe still winless?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh dear. Okay.
And the Americans, in a tight one, 88-86, beat Beth Ann.
Wow.
Yes!
Good job. Way to go, Mike.
Yeah! You're going down, McBride. Down.
He already did.
Oh, okay. And a look at the standings in the long division. Don's got 4-1. Mike's at 3-2. Rob's
You hear that?
at 2-3.
You hear that sound? Nip, 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 nip. How do those heels feel?
I gotta nip you in the bud.
And Joe hanging at 0-5. Poor Joe. In a short division, Bart still hanging at 5-0, only undefeated team.
Wow.
Did
your son call you after the results were in and gloat a little bit?
Did you? Which made it? My son called me on my cell at 5 till 3 today.
Oh, is that what that was about?
Yeah. Just say, hey, did you see I'm still undefeated?
Oh dear.
All right, and I'm at 3-2. Beth Ann 2-3, and Buzz, much like the Redskins, 1-4.
1-4.
And who is the money winner this week, Johnny?
That would be me.
Wow. Congratulations, Mr. Commissioner.
All right, thank you very much. Talk to you guys next week.
Thank you. There's Johnny. That's the update from our fantasy football league.
I know how to get steals now. And it'll be a nice fine steak dinner for J-Dubs this week.
You retarded manager.
J-Dubs, go to the Lone Star. Pick out anything you want.
Hey, Mike, why not just send him to the Olive Garden?
Oh, it was lovely.
Okay, that's the fantasy football update. And I got speaking of fantasy football, a first ever call from Buzz.
Okay.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Buzz called me.
They're very depressed.
He was bummed out.
Joe Gibbs-like.
He says, hey, man. He's like talking about Major Bill. I go, what's happening? He goes, I'm 1-4 in fantasy football.
Now, he was the big winner last year. You won the Super Bowl last year.
Yes, I
did. But this year, I'm having the Michael Vick experience, and because of that, finding it painful to sit down.
He cares. He's finding he's competitive.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he told me he found out he's competitive at go-kart racing.
Yes.
And what else are you competitive at?
Kickball. I may have broken my left pinky in a wild dive for second base early in a kickball game on Sunday. You played kickball? Yeah, I got the runner out, too. When the hell did you start playing kickball? Oh, Sunday.
You play with shorts and big high black knee socks?
No, played with jeans and sneakers and our uniform shirts.
Somehow
Buzz dresses very similarly to the women you would see roller skating on Venice Beach. Mm-hmm.
I envision somehow him
Capris.
and his team dressed like the Dream Team, where the guys broke out of the asylum. Just,
we look like that.
Just mental patients. Yeah. How did you?
You played kickball.
Some friends invited us to a kickball game, and we went, and it was crazy fun. And what surprised me is that I really was out there. My fear was because, like in school, I had these nightmares of the experience again of being, the useless member of the team, and I was afraid they were going to take the game too seriously. No, they didn't at all. They were having a great time. I took the game too seriously.
You were competitive.
I was.
You know why?
Kickball is basically baseball with a rolling the ball. Exactly.
Now, do you use a red playground ball?
Yeah. About that size. About the size of a soccer ball or something. And can they...
It's like a game second graders play.
Can they throw you out by this? Can they throw you out by hitting you with the ball? Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and I got a runner out that way, too.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I guess... The rumors were untrue. You are a man.
Yes.
You are.
With a bad pinky.
A 100% man.
Bad pinky and a belly shirt.
Look at that. Who would think Buzz Burbank would be upset about his fantasy team being 1-4?
Did you pull anything besides your pinky? Did you pull any muscles? A little bit, but nothing serious. I use some muscles I don't usually use because I don't often make wild dives like that.
Now, will this get in the way of your T-ball?
How do you mean that?
I think Buzz is thinking of a different T-ball.
Right.
Oh, no. Yes, I'm thinking of the second grade activity T-ball.
Right.
I don't even know.
I meant nothing by it, of course.
Do you know the T-ball that Rob is speaking of?
I've heard of it, but I don't know how it's played. I really don't. I'm a veteran of T-ball. And,
I would like it, right? It's a stick that holds the ball.
It's a tee.
Allows the kids to hit the ball right off the tee.
Huh, how about that? And you graduate from that to machine pitch. Isn't that something?
Shut up. Mike, when we come back, I'm sure this will go well. The guy, the widower with the 8 kids from the show you love.
Right.
Extreme Makeover, Homo Edition. I won't call it that. I won't call it that when he's on the phone.
He's a wonderful man.
Hey, I'm sure he is. All I want to know is, because this is a TV show.
I know what you want to know, and I'm more than willing to sit idly by as you ask your questions as to whether indeed his house is still standing.
While most males on Sunday night are watching the ESPN highlight show, waiting the kickoff of Sunday Night Football.
Now stop. The ratings are overwhelming for that show.
I agree.
Means men and women are watching, Don.
I agree.
One of the hottest shows on television.
There's a certain kind of man that would watch this instead of football.
It's all football with you.
Or say a Bruce Willis movie, or
I get my sports fix by the postseason baseball, and then I'm ready to take a little respite, and I'm ready to open up the waterworks. And boy, did I open them up for this guy.
Okay, so here's my question. They come into an area, they fix somebody's house up, somebody deserving, in a week, right? They do it in a week?
Yeah, one week.
My concern is when the cameras are turned off and they drive away, the house falls down.
That's a valid question.
So that's what I want.
And I only saw it as far as that team coming in, building the house, and you'll have to ask him about that.
We will when we come back. And Mike, are you looking forward to the next episode of Desperate Housewives?
Hey, that one I wasn't 100% sold on, but boy, you know what? I was trying to watch it on Sunday night, and they had a silly pregame show. I don't want to watch Tim Brandt. You know, I want to see, what's her name? I want to see the girl.
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher!
We'll be in here. We'll be right back, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
You can't go to China. What about your job? My job? So, write a letter, move to another borough. Move to Staten Island. It's a lot easier to blend in with a sea of people in Staten Island than China, believe me.
Yeah, Staten Island. What about my clothes? How'd I get the rest of the clothes?
Oh, you come back for your clothes.
I'm not going back in there.
So forget about your clothes.
Well, I'm not starting up a whole new wardrobe now.
Look, freedom and no clothes is a lot better than no freedom with clothes.
Should we just take a plane somewhere?
And what, hope for a crash?
It happens.
You know what the odds are on a crash? It's 1,000,000 to 1.
It's something. It's hope.
The Don and Mike Show.
Like a love toy for your ears. The Don and Mike Show.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's dance.
Well, they keep telling me, make the music more modern. And I understand the kids love disco now.
What year is this from?
This is from this year, Mike.
It is?
Yeah. This is by Junior Senior.
Kind of a throwback sound to it.
Little ditty called Move Your Feet.
It sounds a little O-S.
Here we go with Brian Wolford. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Hi there. Now, Brian is the guy that was on Mike's favorite show, Extreme Makeover, Home Edition.
I love this guy.
ABC, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock.
Brian, I just want to make sure I've got the names right. And you are the chiropractor, correct?
Yes, I am.
Boy, oh boy, what a great show. That's the first time I ever watched that show when they tore down your house and with your family. You got a beautiful family, and I still can't believe they did it in 7 days.
They did, and they did a great job.
All right,
I should point out to you, Brian, that my partner is very, very cynical. He's a very cynical man about this show, and he doesn't think that when these people get done...
Mike, would you please allow me?
Yes?
You can have your Oprah moment with him.
Yes. Go ahead.
Allow me my Dr. Phil moment.
Yes, you're gonna grill Brian on the quality of his home.
Yes, Brian, I'm all for the premise of the show, and I know that you were in a tough situation. Godspeed. ABC comes out and builds you a house in 7 days. How many minutes after their trucks pulled away did stuff start falling off the walls?
You know, Bill Larson had never built a home before. He's a commercial builder.
Right, that was the commercial guy that did it.
And we had a home builder that backed down and said, I can't do this in 7 days. Too complicated.
Wow.
And from our church, Bill Larson stepped up and said, we can do it. And I'm going to tell you, you walk up these stairs, you bump into these walls, and it's a solid home. It's a well-made home.
You hear that, Mr. Geronimo? It's a solid home. Yeah. How many? I should enlighten you and ask Brian at the same time. How many people total to get this done? How many contractors? How many people actually worked on the house in 7 days?
They average 120 people a day, 24 hours a day.
See? That's it. Now, do you see? Are you a believer now, Don?
No.
Why not? The man is not lying to you.
I'm sure right now the house is okay.
He's a good guy.
Don't be a putz, Don.
That's right, Don. Listen to Brian.
Brian, how hard do you have to bump the walls?
You got to bump it pretty good first.
So you got to bump it. Is your car like...
And not only do they do that, but they go into all... What do you have, 8 or 9 kids, Brian?
I've got 8 beautiful kids.
Eight, one of the most beautiful families you ever want to see.
Brian.
And they all get their own customized
I'm
room.
all for that. Brian has...
They made the boys' room like a locker room.
Mike, I'm all for that.
It was just amazing. I cried like a baby at the end of this show.
Has it rained since your house has been up?
But Brian, go ahead, answer the question.
It's rained. It's been wind. It's a good house. It's a well-built house.
It's a good, solid house.
Brian, I'm just looking out for you, my friend. That's all I'm concerned about. How long?
I can tell that.
How long has your family been in this house?
Well, we've been in this house for almost 3 months now.
3 months, and everything's still working beautifully?
It is, and you know what? If you ever have a chance to visit us, you'll see how wonderful and how great it is.
That's incredible.
You've not had the opportunity, perhaps, to go to the basement area, and you go to a wall, and you find out it's just paper mache. You just walk right through it.
A lot of good things happen to you, have you?
No, he hasn't.
I'm very blessed, Brian. The problem is I work in the media, and I don't trust ABC. They're bad people.
Let me ask Brian. Now that
they're all bad. I include my guys, CBS.
Brian, let me ask you, since I love the show. Let me ask you the process of getting your family involved in this thing. What do you have to go through? How much screening do you have to go through? Because the families that they pick, it seems to me they do a great job with picking the families. How much do you have to go through to get your family involved in this?
Well, we went through very little. Our church nominated us with a video. And the next thing we knew, they're contacting us to see if we're interested and if we'd be along with several other families.
Wow.
And then we just kind of lived our lives, and then they pulled up one morning and said, "Hello, Woffords," and we're on vacation.
Don again. How many different guys did you have to pay off? Inspectors. When they came by to look at the house.
He's away. They sent him away to a vacation, a wonderful vacation.
How many
family? He's not involved in that.
How many inspectors did ABC have to pay off?
Well, Don, I don't make much money, so I didn't have anything to give anybody. It was just the kindness of your heart.
Brian, understand. I'm on your side. I just find it hard to believe in this day and age of media doing what they're doing.
Have you watched the show in its entirety?
Mike, okay, Brian, now don't take offense at this. Brian, are you a man or a woman?
I know. Say this.
I know the answer.
I signed a pro football contract.
Okay.
There you go. Hey, how about that? How about that, huh?
Then you're a man. Then can you blame me? I've not seen the show you were on because it happens to be on at the same time as the Chris Berman show and right before Sunday Night Football.
It's not like it's on.
You know what? He was watching too because he taped his show.
There you go. He taped his show.
Who was watching?
Chris Berman.
Chris Berman.
Oh,
BS.
Can you believe him?
Chris Berman does a live highlight show at 8 o'clock, dude.
It's just a highlight show.
I think you better call him and check that.
All right, Brian, listen, my point is I don't watch because if
you watched, you'd believe the way they do it, because they do.
I just don't believe TV.
I think the main reason I believe it is because you look at this and you say, I said the same thing, and I'll tell you this, Brian. When I saw it, I said, this can't happen. The reason I believe it does happen is pure and simple, is the number of bodies that they get involved, and they do it with volunteers and everybody else.
Well, can I say something for a minute?
Yeah, you go ahead,
of course,
Brian.
Sure.
One of the things I teach my kids is let your yeses be yes and your noes be no.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk with impunity if you tell the truth. And the truth of the matter is that they built a beautiful home in a week.
Me no understand.
And then the other side of it, too, is everyone from ABC and all the media that I've met including you two fine gentlemen, have been nothing but delightful to us, and we are so thankful.
If I was you, I'd just worry about the ABC dudes. I mean, everybody else, I'm sure, is being very nice, including the contractors and everything, but just, I wouldn't be surprised, even if the house is standing.
You know, Brian, you said one thing during the show, which was, I think,
if they don't come and at some point say to you, incidentally, there was that clause you signed, this house is still standing, so technically we own it.
Okay, anyway. So, Brian, what you said seriously is that when one of the things you said, because you have 8 kids, is you said that they picked up the people that interviewed your family to make these rooms, to do the custom job on the room. They knew things about your family that even you didn't know. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's the thing that amazed me.
Just amazing. In fact, one of the designers, Constance, just happened to be in the neighborhood, on Sunday, and dropped in and said hi. Tremendous people. Paid attention to details. The things that they did in this home, when we walked in, I was just flabbergasted.
It was amazing. It's an amazing show to watch. It really is.
And what part of the country do you live in, Brian?
We live in San Diego.
You're just outside of San Diego, a suburb of San Diego.
Okay, that's an easy place to put up
on the beach. We love it here.
It's an easy place to put up a straw house because the weather is always 65 and sunny.
When will you finally believe this man? He's telling the truth.
I believe
he's a wonderful human being.
But Mike, I'm not discrediting this man.
How's the chiropractic business going since you got the new house?
You know, it's been fine. We've always, we've had a small base of patients that are very loyal, and we appreciate them so much.
Has that, and this is a legitimate question, Brian. Has that helped your business? All the exposure? I mean, have you had to turn people away because you got all this network television time?
Not yet, but I tell you what, the exposure hasn't hurt.
There you go.
And I just want to mention this. Don't be surprised, that ABC's got like 1 or 2 good shows. They got the Desperate Housewives. They've got, According to Jim.
Yeah, what awful is going to happen?
Well, what's going to happen is they're going to put on the next show that's going to be canceled. Not a makeover show, but as their schedule continues to deteriorate.
Yes, what's your point?
Slowly, the ABC executive...
They're going to come back and take things from Brian?
They'll say, hey Brian, we had to cancel that Andy Dick show.
Right.
So we'd like the refrigerator back.
Don't they give you the deeds and the property for all this? They sign it away to you, don't they, Brian?
Yeah, they sure do.
Have you signed those papers?
Yeah, they're great. The house is my name, and it always has been, but if they need the refrigerator back, we're happy to give it to them.
What is the
Brian, listen, as your legal representative, I never say that you would give anything back to them.
What is your favorite part of the house right now? What's the best part about the house? What do you like the most?
Oh, it's a warm, loving home, just like our old home, but it's bigger now. More friends and family can come in, and we love that part.
This guy, if you saw this show, this guy's totally legit. He really is. It was wonderful, really fun to watch.
I am not doubting this guy's
I know you don't trust ABC, and you'll never stop trusting network television.
Did you notice that any of the stuff that they put in your home may have been stolen from the set of other ABC shows?
I'm gonna look for that now.
My Wife and Kids.
You recognize some of that. Yeah.
Hope and Faith, something like that.
I mean, because you really have always maintained you think it's just a movie set, but he's here to tell you that it's not. Didn't you have like was it an exercise room that they actually built you a little home gym or something like that?
Yeah, it's a 2-story gym.
They built him a 2-story gym in his house.
Wow.
There's a hot sauna in it. There's,
Keep believing that.
And they used up all their backyard space, and so the side space, they put this massive family community jacuzzi in there.
I'm sure it's just...
And it looked real, Don. It's real. It's a real jacuzzi.
Mike, if I could just bring you back to the real world.
I can't when I'm talking to Brian. I'm a big fan of Brian.
Listen, my beef is not with Brian. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, if you go to the heart of the matter, who is right, ABC? Who's ABC owned by?
Brian, let me ask you a question.
Hold on, who is ABC owned by?
Disney. I understand it's Disney. They went to. Did you go to Disney?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you went to Disney World. Well, it was part of the whole thing.
That's how they get you.
It was part of the whole thing. Believe, Don. Be a believer.
I'm having the big one.
Brian,
Fred Sanford right now.
Brian, he's a non-believer. If we come out to San Diego, can we just come to your house?
Just come on and stay with us, okay?
We'll come and stay with you. Absolutely. And they got plenty of room now.
Eisner. Did Eisner sign any papers with you at all? Was Eisner?
He said he was going to take me out to lunch tomorrow, and I'll talk about it.
Oh, watch him. Keep an eye on him.
All right. Well, this has been another edition of Half Empty, Half Full.
God bless you all.
God bless you, Brian. You have an absolutely wonderful family.
Thank you for being on the show.
You've been great to come on the show. We appreciate it.
Mike is right. I haven't seen the show, but I know your circumstances. You're a good man. good luck in your house of cards.
We love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Bye.
Your house of cards. That was the best. Was you get the stuff off the set? Yeah, they actually used props because we've been on those TV sets. You know, it's all fake. Balsa wood.
Meanwhile, a wolf is walking down the street, and I'll huff and I'll puff.
Right.
Oh, that kills me.
Okay, we got to do this. We'll come back with Wanda Sykes.
I saw this door on According to Jim.
Oh, but first, hold on. I need the fanfare here, Robbie, because we have. Can't say again. This is another Westwood One thing.
Somebody's secret
that we can't tell you who gave us this. But our network, Westwood One, has the contract for Monday Night Football. This was last night. Marv Albert, the great Marv Albert,
right,
is on the call. Please listen to the entire segment and tell me what you think. I think it's the Westwood One NFL highlight of the day.
Very good.
As heard during last night's Packers-Titans game.
Tennessee starts out from just inside the 20. McNair pumping. He's in trouble. He's able to get it away. Fires downfield to the far side. It is incomplete. The intended receiver, Derek Mason, and the pressure from the nose tackle, Cledius Hunt. Let's check it with Alan Pinkett. Alan?
Well, Boom, going back to that instant replay, I think sometimes when they view it and break it down, it's similar to the way they broke down the Rodney King beating. You know, when you look at it in cards, it doesn't look like they beat him up so bad, but when you see it real fast, he got his butt beat. So the totality, I guess, of the event is what they look at.
Well, we want to analyze that?
Nope.
Thank you. Westwood One.
Thank you very much.
Audio highlight of the day. That's from last night's Monday Night Football.
Wonderful.
Wow. Very nice. Wanda Sykes.
Yeah.
When we come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
An eye on those two, because they're going to try to get the upper hand on. Mike wants the defense to do well, and Sean, he's going to have a few, no disrespect to the Orientals, but what we call Jap plays, okay, surprise things, and no disrespect to anyone.
The Don and Mike Show.
Hello. You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Right. Oh, and John Kerry?
Oh, hi there.
There you go.
God damn it.
Right.
The Don and Mike Show.
Right. Well, Mike got his dream coming true moments ago talking to the guy from the Makeover Show.
Yeah, Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
I do love me Wanda Sykes.
Oh, yeah.
She's funny. I'll tell you, I saw her first on the Chris Rock Show.
I think most people did. I think that's where she really broke out.
On HBO.
I mean, I hope she didn't break out. But.
Saw her on the NFL show on HBO. Oh. She's on the Larry David show on HBO, where she's outstanding as a neighbor. And I hope Beth Ann hipped her to the fact. She's going on a tour.
A national tour?
Now listen to the cities that she's going to in the next the 2 months that we are on in. Buffalo, D.C., Portland, Oregon, San Francisco, Sacramento, Tampa Bay, Houston, Austin, Baltimore.
Wow.
All of those cities she'll be going to.
I've seen her here. She's great.
So I hope somebody has hipped her to the fact that we can help her sell some tickets, that we're big fans.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Is she there? Hello? Yeah. Oh, Wanda. Wanda Sykes. Oh. Wanda. Let me just say, you are funny.
I'm busy.
I mean that.
I'm busy.
Yeah, I know you're busy too, but you do genuinely crack my ass up.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, on a regular...
It has a crack in it, so it's good to know that I added an extra crack.
On a regular basis, even when you were on that NFL show on HBO...
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember what the premise was, but they dressed her up like in a Sherlock Holmes outfit.
You know, and I'm blanking on the award show that it was, but even when they...
I went to look for Barry Sanders on the Inside NFL.
Yeah, so they got her with she's got the big Sherlock Holmes hat, and she's got the big magnifying glass, and she's walking up to these NFL guys who don't want to talk to, Wanda Sykes, and what's great is she just pushes her way right in.
Yep. Right.
I've always loved that about
Wanda, what was the award show where they had you out in the audience? What was the one where you were... That was a tough gig, I thought.
Oh, that was the Emmys.
You were at the Emmys, and you have to be talented to pull off that, to actually be walking around with all the people that are nominated. And I thought you were fantastic during that gig, too. It was really great.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it was a live show and all, and, you know, they had me running around doing all different things in the audience and stuff. But, you know, you get liquored up and you just do it.
Now, Wanda, you let me ask you. I know. Let's see. You're promoting besides these dates. You have a reality show we'd like to talk to you about. How did you get into the circle with Larry David? Because you're great on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where you play yourself.
Yeah, that was weird. It was it's like I knew Jeff Garland and one of the producers on the show also. I worked with her before, so they were like, "Look, we got to get you in the room with Larry," and they did. I thought I just was gonna go in there and meet him, and he said, "Okay, well, you're walking down the street," and I say, "Hey, I know that tush anywhere." And what do you say? And I just looked at him like, what? And he was like, okay, yeah, I want you on the show. It was just that easy.
Now, when you do the Curb Your Enthusiasm show, do they kind of wing it, right? They just give you a premise and they throw you into it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible.
And as great as that show is, really, has there been anything on TV funnier than the Chris Rock show? When Chris Rock was on, he'd come out, do his little whatever's going on, then he'd do the bits with Wanda. How great, that had to be a highlight. That's really when Chris Rock was at the funniest, I think. Wanda?
It was, we all had such a good time doing that show. It was, it wasn't anything like on TV, and it was just great. It was, it was just HBO, freedom, just having fun, and yeah, I think, like Chappelle's show is kind of doing something like that stuff now, but, we got the ball rolling.
I was talking to a couple of guys outside the building and Smoker's Corner out here at the radio station about your upcoming reality show and your reality shows. Now, explain this to me. You're going to be going around doing different jobs. Is that what you're going to be doing? And
Actually, it airs tonight too. It premiered last week on Tuesday, and it airs tonight at 10:30. And
all right, tonight.
It's like reality, but it's also a little bit like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Like last week, I went out and repoed cars because I sold my car to a friend and her check bounced. So I had to get my car back. So I really went and got a job working for a repo company. I am really a licensed repossessor in the state of California.
Wow!
And I went out, had the bulletproof vest on and everything, man. Out there, smashing cars, and in the show, I go back and get my car, repo my own car.
Baby, I have to ask you something. I don't know how you feel in general about, that hot interracial love. I've been happily married for 23 years, but I will tell you that not only are you funny, but you are sexy.
Oh my goodness!
And this is something you've got the.
All new to me.
You got the hots for Wanda Sykes?
Oh, have for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, first she makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. Second, even with our new FCC format, I think I can say this. I think she'd be great. I just get the feeling.
Well, why don't we get if Wanda doesn't mind? Why don't we get some pertinent information here? Wanda, are you married currently?
Divorced.
You're divorced? Okay, I certainly can relate to that. Is there a significant other in your life right now?
No.
No?
Oh, really?
So you're on the market, so to speak.
I guess you could say that. One of the shows on the thing, I went and I worked at the brothel. I worked at the chicken ranch.
You went to the chicken ranch?
Out there. Yeah. Check out my skills at the chicken ranch.
I can't wait. You didn't close any deals, did you, Wanda?
I was a little too pricey.
Yeah.
I won't even look at it for less than $200.
Wanda, have you ever been with Bob Costas?
No, because he doesn't like to get his hair messed up. That Bob is he's a stickler for his hair, boy.
And I'll tell you, you were I don't know what you had to do with Wanda at large. First, tell me, was that your whole show? Were you like the producer, director, creator of that?
I wasn't in all those things, but in some days it felt like it, but no.
Good. Let me tell you that you are a talent in the way that Bernie Mac is. That you can't do a show like Bernie Mac, where Bernie talks to the audience, and because you'd be ripping him off. where he's, but on his show, he's Bernie Mac.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's Bernie Mac, the comedian. We need a show where you're Wanda being yourself. But on that show that you were on Fox, it was like you were the crazy reporter on the Action News, right? Am I getting that right? Yeah.
Right.
It's like I turned that on for 1 second and said, she's great, but man, I wish I had your phone number to call you up and say, fix it.
Yeah, wrong vehicle.
I mean, I'm not trying to be
I hear you.
an ass. I'm just a big fan of yours and think if they would just give you a decent show, man, you're funny.
Well, I'm telling you, I really love what I'm doing now. Wanda does it, and so check that out. Check it out tonight.
Comedy Central, Wanda, Comedy Central, I think with the Daily Show really, and Jon Stewart doing as well as he's done with the Emmy Awards and putting that network on the map. I get the impression just from the freeform that they're a pretty good outfit to work for. Do you find that's true?
They are great to work for. It's one, they don't have that much programming, so all you got to do is get Bowflex or the Juice Man numbers, and you're happy.
And when you
they kind of listen to the talent. We didn't really get a lot of notes and stuff. Only thing they tell you is what could get them sued. Basically, that's the only thing they worry about. So. I'm having a ball working for them. It's like the most fun I've had.
You certainly have an illustrious career that we've gone through. Let me, however, ask you about the experience. Stands out most to me your role in Pootie Tang.
Yes.
Yes. Now Pootie Tang.
I love how you pronounce it.
Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang is a movie that you got to see on HBO 3 times. Mm-hmm. Before you realize...
You're using the Westchester County pronunciation, right? Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
Yeah, it's very good.
You got to see it 3 times before you realize, you know what? Okay, there's parts of this movie that are pretty funny.
Really, 3 times.
And, well, I'm white, Buzz.
Right.
So 3 times for me to get
it all. Yeah.
Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang. But I appreciate you in all that you do, and it seems unfair to me that you've got... no talents like Tony Danza getting television shows, and for God's sakes, Jim Belushi is on.
I always thought Wanda would
all
be good
the time
with a television show with kind of a talk show. Are you anything? What? Obviously,
Mike, she's too ballsy for that.
Do you think you've obviously done a lot of things in your career? You're doing the show on Comedy Central. Have you thought about what's next? Are you going to stick with just the Comedy Central, or could you be doing maybe a talk show type of thing?
I'm really having fun doing this Comedy Central show. So if they want us to do some more episodes next year as I get off tour, I'll be more than happy to do that. And as far as talk show world, I mean, maybe way down the road,
But don't you think you would
just to sit down in a chair every night and
But wouldn't you need the freedom that HBO would give you? I mean, to do a talk show.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't be like Ellen DeGeneres. You couldn't do that show.
No, That's Ellen. Ellen is great at it.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a great show. That's
the world. I think she's like the best at it.
I wasn't putting her down. She's just not you.
Yeah.
Were you upset that Oscar ignored Pootie Tang?
I was shocked.
You were shocked. Absolutely shocked.
Yeah, I got up really early in the morning waiting for the announcements. I had the car running outside, make the rounds for the talk show, talk about my nomination.
Now, there's one other thing that I have to tell you that I think, as I've tried to illustrate, I think you're funny, I think you're sexy, you got the package. So don't be offended when I tell you that if they ever were to make the Jeffersons into a movie, you could play the maid, you would be so perfect. Marla Gibbs. Well, I don't remember what her name was on.
Do you know something that we don't? Are they planning on making the Jeffersons movie?
I read that they are planning on making a Jeffersons movie.
Really?
Good Lord.
I just want...
oh, my God.
I agree, but...
every time we make some advances, right back.
No, I mean...
Take a giant step backwards
I think they're going to try the whole Hollywood thing to try to make it, politically correct in 2005, but I've always thought...
George's going to be Puerto Rican in this one.
It's just to modern it up a little bit.
Now, Wanda, when you go out, let's see, when are these dates? The 28th. When are you in Buffalo? It's the 28th of October.
Okay.
Because I got the schedule, I guess you don't. How long is your stand-up? Do you do any...
I'll probably be out there for about an hour and 15 or hour. I don't know. It depends on when the union guys want us out of there.
You like doing stand-up?
Love it.
You ever?
Love it. That's where I started, so, you know.
Have you ever? We mentioned all the cities that we broadcast to that you're going to. Have you ever performed in Sacramento before?
Yes, I'm going to Sacramento.
Yes, I know you are on December 5th, and we just wanted to warn you.
We have pretty good ratings in Sacramento, and we've been on stage in Sacramento, and we find the people in Sacramento to be, how shall we say, interesting,
special,
surly.
No, he's not retarded. Retarded. They're wonderful.
The people with the chip on their shoulder. That's
wonderful, yeah. But for whatever reason, life has kicked them in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
They don't have the best outlook on life.
Well, you know, because they got L.A., they got San Diego.
Yeah, well, you know the motto there is 90 minutes from something else.
What was that?
It's 90 minutes from something else.
Yes,
exactly.
That's what they have on their bumper stickers.
Oh, and I've just been told it's Florence. I should have known that. It's Florence the maid from the Jefferson.
Florence the maid.
Okay.
Florence. That's.
Do you have a particular city that you like more than any else when you're on the road to perform?
Wow. Well, I do have a fondness for D.C. because that's where I started doing stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Is in D.C. So I like D.C. Of course, New York because that's where I moved to when I was developing. And
do you, when you perform on stage, do you try to pick up guys out of the audience?
No, you know what? Comics, we don't get that kind of love. We don't get that.
That's wrong.
You don't get. You mean nobody hangs around afterwards and says, hey, or follows you?
No, if they do, it's pretty creepy.
You're never doing that one particular bit, and you look out in the first two rows, and there's one guy that's giving you the look that says, "I'm not just here for the comedy, baby."
No, I guess not.
He usually has a jerry curl and a few teeth missing.
Now, when you come to D.C., which is where we are you one of these? And just be honest. I'm cool with it if you're like this. Are you one of these people that's like, I don't go out and do radio shows. I don't go do anything. We'd love to get you in here.
If I get to town in time, then yeah, I'll do the radio. Yeah.
All right.
Would you really? Even though we're a white station?
You gotta look past some things.
Yeah, we do have people of color listening to us, but make no bones about it.
We're a tragically white show, Wanda. You should be aware of that.
Hi there.
No problem.
We like to lay all the cards on the table.
And Wanda,
I know a lot of white people.
Listen, here's what I do want to know, because I know you've covered the politics and everything. Who are you for?
I'm not for anyone.
No, Wanda, no.
What?
No.
What?
If you have to pick one of them.
Okay, I'm against Bush.
Against Bush. I think that answers the question.
So you're for Kerry?
No, I'm against Bush.
Against Bush. Well, are you planning on voting?
Yes, I'm definitely going to vote.
Okay.
And you're going to vote for Kerry?
I want to write in Al Sharpton.
Very good, then. All right. We got the answer.
Then he'll get 2 votes, because so was I. But, listen, I'm just trying to count up all the votes I can for Kerry.
I know.
And I'm counting myself.
Well, it's that kind of talk that kind of talk that got us canceled in Salt Lake City.
I understand.
I know, be careful.
All right. Well, listen, Wanda, it's been great having you on this show.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Again, see you in Buffalo, December, and later this month, in D.C. this month, then in Portland in November, San Francisco December, Sacramento December, Tampa December, Houston December, Austin December, and Baltimore January of next year.
You're going to be tired.
A little.
And what's the name of the reality show again, Wanda?
It's called Wanda Does It, and it's tonight at Comedy Central at 10:30.
Fantastic. We will watch it, absolutely.
All right, baby. Well, you are the greatest.
Check it out. I want to know what you think.
We will. You're the greatest. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hi, Wanda.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
That's Wanda Sykes.
Sure is.
That's that you were talking about the other show not being a vehicle for her. I think that I haven't seen it yet, but that reality show sounds like it's a perfect.
She's so free to ad lib, just in a normal being herself, like you wanted her to be. You'll like it.
Break me off a piece of that.
I had no idea.
I agree.
Well, here's why, Mike.
You and comedians.
It's the total package, though. She's funny. She's ballsy. If I was gay, I'd say she's the equivalent of Chris Rock. She's the female Chris Rock.
I haven't seen you get that hot and bothered since we had Paula Poundstone on the show. Man, you do get it.
And look how that turned out.
Hey, keep it together, man.
Robbie, I need the breaking news. We have some, and perhaps, I don't want to tip my hand, but would you get the theme to St. Elsewhere ready?
Really?
Oh, my.
That's right, because I think we have. Calling us now from his rehab.
Really?
I believe the guy who should have gotten the massage yesterday from Mike.
Yes.
It's time for an update from Thomas Aloysius Gavin, who had to wait while Wanda Sykes was on the line. Let me make sure we got him here. Hello, Tommy.
Hello, guys.
Here he is, everybody. Now, Tom,
you're at the rehabilitation center right now?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Tom, are you at your rehab center now?
Yes, I am.
And how is the rehab going for the broken hip?
Good.
It's a hip replacement, Tom.
I'm sorry, Mike.
He's got a whole brand new one in there.
Yeah.
Tom, did you hear that we had the big massage yesterday?
Yes, I did.
I'm really sorry that it wasn't you, Tom.
You know what? Dennis sucks.
Why does Dennis suck, Tom?
Because he doesn't want to do anything.
Hey, Tom, you know what Mike did?
Not one of his better days, Rob.
Mike touched the naked buttocks of both Robert and Dennis.
You know what? That sucks, too.
Tom, is there a lot going on around you right now that might be distracting you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on in the background, Tom? What's going on, Tom?
What are they doing, Tom?
They're going downstairs.
What?
Like it is.
Tom's very distracted.
Do you think he's medicated?
Yeah, do you think they got him like on meds?
Nope.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Tom's nurse. We like to watch you on. We like to watch you guys.
I thought we just had Wanda Sykes on. Well, we got her again.
Tonight on Wanda Does It.
She's a nurse.
Hello.
Told ya.
Hey, Tom, put your nurse back on.
Hey, I want to talk to you, okay?
Put her back on.
Hey, yes.
Hi, baby. Hey, listen, do you have to give Tom a sponge bath?
Oh, no. We don't need to give him sponge bath.
How's Tom doing? How's the patient doing?
Tom's doing good. Tom's doing real good.
That's wonderful. And his wound seems to be healing okay?
Everything's doing fine.
Hey, you want to have some fun?
No. Not listen to you guys. No, I know the fun that you all do.
No, hold on.
She knows you're
Here's
fun.
the thing. Just ask Tom to spell the word bath. Ask him to spell it real loud.
Okay, Tom, we want you to spell the word bath.
B-A-T-H.
All right, one more now. Tell him to spell the word nurse.
Okay. Spell nurse. Nurse.
Give me the word, nurse.
You are.
What did he say?
N-U-R-S-E.
Oh, it must be written down.
I think so. Yeah.
Ask him to spell hospital.
Oh, dear.
Hospital.
H-O-S-E.
She's telling him.
That's right.
Tom live from this hospital rough.
It sounds like they're having quite a party over there. What do you have for lunch today, Tom?
Chicken.
Yum.
A chicken.
A whole fried chicken.
Well, Tom,
is your new hip the left one or the right one?
That's the right one.
And what's it made out of?
Metal and plastic.
Wow. Metal and plastic. Very good, Tom. What did you have for dessert today?
Nothing.
Yeah, but what did you have for... Have you had dessert since you've been there?
No.
Tom, how do you spell Jell-O?
J-U-L-L-Y.
Jelly. Perfect. Jellyman.
Right, Tom in the hospital. Tom, please get well soon.
That's right.
When are you guys going to let me come back in sometime soon?
Of course,
yeah.
When you get out of the rehab?
Sure, sometime after you get your replacement.
Hopefully.
When do you think you'll get out, Tom?
I don't know when.
Yeah.
Okay, make your nurse empty the pan.
Watch it.
Okay. Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Tom.
Well, it would only break in if, in fact, we had breaking news.
How about that? This sounds like Tom's being well taken care of.
Live from his hospital. You're dead on about that. Woman sounded just like Wanda Sykes.
I'm taking care of Tom.
Go on, spell bad.
Okay, so that's the update with Tom. That's
man.
Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes and Tom Gavin in the same break. What a show.
That is F-U-N. Fun.
Thank you, Tom.
We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Have you seen the new intern? Extraordinary. Wouldn't I like to give her the old pork sausage? Hello, Jimmy Dean.
The Don and Mike Show.
Hypnolarious. The Don and Mike Show.
Nancy O'Dell is on the phone from Access Hollywood. Access Hollywood.
Wonderful. Right.
Access Hollywood. I will just bet that on her TV show tonight, either 7 or 7:30, wherever you live, or 6 or 6:30 your time
It's
zone.
syndicated across the country. Right.
I bet you won't have Roseanne Calls Dr. Phil Hitler.
You think it'll be on there?
I bet it won't be.
We can find out.
I bet you won't have that Macaulay Culkin put out a statement saying he's not gay.
She won't have that?
I don't know. Hey, Nancy?
Ask her.
Hey, guys.
Here she is now. There's the groovy music.
Yeah.
From Access Hollywood, here is Nancy O'Dell. Who's the star of the show, incidentally?
You know what we do have on tonight, though? You're talking about all those things. We do have Elton John, who pays Madonna like a backhanded compliment. He says there are a lot of people. She's a great artist. There are a lot of people out there who lip sync far worse than she does.
What is the whole deal with Elton John and Madonna and the lip syncing? What I mean,
Elton just, he doesn't mince his words. He just says what he kind of feels.
He seems to have been in a very bad mood lately.
It kind of does, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have to laugh. He's kind of entertaining, so.
Yeah, well, I saw the clip, I don't know if you had it on Accent Hollywood, where he was in the airport and he was calling...
You just called it Accent Hollywood.
Accent Hollywood.
Really, they're calling our show Accent Hollywood.
No, it's Access Hollywood. Everybody knows
now
that.
you've confused me because you renamed it Access Hollywood. That videotape when he's in the airport and he's calling people names, it's just... He's comical now when he does that, when he's wearing his little...
We got him last night at a charity event. We had to, of course, get him to react to him talking badly about Madonna, and he said he kind of felt bad. She's a great artist. She makes great albums, and there are a lot of people who lip sync far worse than she does.
Nasty.
And Nancy, I forgot to ask you at the very beginning of this conversation, how have you been?
I've been really good. How about you?
Now, here's the thing. I got home last night, 7:30. My wife's got the TV on and said, watch. She's going to say to Billy Bush, how have you been?
Didn't do it?
Didn't do it.
Oh,
I know you've already done your show for today, so you didn't say it today.
I didn't say today. Well, we still have the goodbyes. We have to retape the goodbyes. I'm standing here with Billy right now. Billy, they want to know how you've been.
Yes. Ask him on camera.
How have you been?
You don't even have to mention our name. You just have to say, how have you been?
Well, if I can slip it into the goodbyes, which I think they're actually, are they sad goodbyes tonight? I'm not so sure I can slip it in there.
Oh, I understand. If it's happy.
Maybe tomorrow.
If it's happy or if it's sad. Okay, what else is on your show tonight on Access Hollywood besides Elton John?
Well, we still have a lot of talk about Christopher Reeve. I actually did an interview with Jane Seymour, who is one of his best friends. I've actually named one of her sons after him. So she was talking about how difficult it was to tell her son because Christopher was his godfather and the other godfather was Johnny Cash. So she was saying it was extra difficult because both of their godfathers passed away this year. So just hearing her talk about him and what a great guy he is and what kind of legacy he's going to leave with all the stem cell research and how she thinks it may affect the election was interesting to hear her talk about.
Yeah, that's serious. That's like a bummer on an entertainment show, but you got to do it. Right. Let me ask you something.
You know, it's actually just to see his legacy and the work that he did is coming out even more. You know, the charity work that he did and speaking on the research for paralysis. It's interesting to see because it's bringing a lot more light to it.
I was reading today he raised his foundation, over $40 million for the research, right? Something like that?
Oh, yeah. A tremendous amount of work. And he said, he just always kept such a positive attitude and that he was saying so many people who weren't in wheelchairs were paralyzed in life. And she said that was definitely something that he was not.
And he was a guy that actually would laugh at Christopher Reeve jokes.
I know.
I mean, he really would. I heard him do that.
We've got a good one. Now's not the time.
Not the time. Maybe down the road we'll let you know.
This is not related to anything except what's wrong with Ray Romano's hair? Have you noticed that somehow they've tried to give him a sexy haircut this year on Everybody Loves Raymond?
Oh, come on. Yeah. True.
No, Nancy, have you or have you not noticed?
I like Ray Romano's hair.
Okay, but
at least he's got hair.
But would you at least?
Don't you know by now we're never going to get this woman to say anything bad about these celebrities?
I mean, I want her to say good.
With Ray Romano's hair?
No. Good, bad, indifferent. Simply, have you noticed that they've changed his haircut?
I haven't noticed.
I'll throw in.
You guys are a little more observant.
I'll throw this in. What's wrong with Billy Bush's hair?
What is wrong with Billy Bush's hair? Come here, Bushy. Come here, Bushy. Let me examine his hair right now. I'm running my finger through his hair as we speak.
Oh, please tell me you don't call him Bushy.
Here, you want to ask him what's wrong with his hair?
Please.
There's nothing wrong with his hair.
No.
Hello, Billy.
Don and Mike.
She doesn't call you Bushy, does she?
She calls me, well, it depends on where we are. Sometimes it's Big Daddy.
Wow.
We all know. She's so hot.
Yeah.
She is.
She's really hot.
She is. What was I just asking her that she would? Oh yeah. Billy, first, how have you been?
I know it.
This is our new catchphrase. You know, how have you been? And we're trying to get Nancy to say that to you on Access Hollywood. How have you been, Billy?
You guys are relentless enough that I'm sure it will happen.
All right, very good, very good.
Let me see. I was just asking.
My hair.
I was about hair.
Right.
Yes.
Ray Romano's hair.
Yeah.
Hey, have you noticed that Ray Romano has a new haircut?
I haven't even seen Ray Romano in a long time. I haven't watched the show at all this year. I haven't seen his hair. He's got good hair, doesn't he? No, he's not great hair.
Billy, are you two in the dressing room right now?
We're actually standing. We have. This is the power of the Don and Mike radio show. We have 50 people, crew, an entire control room, everyone waiting for us to tape the goodbyes to our show.
Wow. Okay. Well, then listen. Make sure you just say, "How have you been?"
How have you been? Nancy, you got to promise him how you been.
How have you been?
I will get that on at some point.
Unless I understand.
Know. You know, in the goodbye tonight, I'll touch Billy in the shoulder, and you'll know that is my cue to say, I love you, Don and Mike.
If tonight's heavy because of Christopher Reeve and whatever,
we'll wait. We're patient.
I understand.
We're
we're getting ready to retape the goodbyes right now, so just for you, I will touch Billy on the shoulder, and that means I'm sending my love to you.
That doesn't do it. You have to say, how have you been?
That doesn't do it. I have to say, how have you been?
What else did you want? What else tonight? Give me one more besides Elton John and more Christopher Reeve stuff.
Oh, what else have we got?
Yes.
Well, we have Jennifer Lopez talking about the soap opera that is her life, how she's changing her ways with Mark Anthony. And now they're yelling at me because I have to go to the set.
All right, goodbye.
The manager is yelling at me.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, Nancy.
Thanks,
Bye. I'm going to be able to feed out the show because I'm going to be talking to you guys.
And listen, Nancy, don't be fooled. How have you been? will be the Where's the Beef.
Well. I hope you guys will be well.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be Where's the Beef. Do you remember Where's the Beef? Never mind. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right, kisses. I'm going to touch Billy for you. Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you. Nancy O'Dell and Billy Bush from Accent Hollywood.
Lucky old Billy Bush.
She's pretty.
Lucky old Billy. Lucky old former DJ Billy Bush.
Lottery winner.
Winner Billy Bush.
Billy Bush. And now you might say to us, Don and Mike, you sound kind of jealous.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. He's there getting his shoulder touched as a greeting to us.
You're goddamn right.
Mr. Silver Spoon.
All right, so that's what's happening tonight on Access Hollywood.
There you go.
And I can't say this with her on the phone. With Nancy on the phone.
Right.
Because, she's that whole Hollywood BS.
Yeah, she won't talk badly about celebrities.
But really, between the two shows, Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood, I mean, really, Mary Hart hit the wall back when we still worked at Wava. Yeah. She hit the wall.
Another reason why Billy Bush has hit the lottery.
Yeah, right.
He's on the show, the young, vibrant show.
With the good-looking chick.
Sure. They move, it's all her. We wouldn't say that to Billy, though.
I tell you what, I'll touch his shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, you want to show us? Touch him somewhere else tonight. At the end of the day, or Buzz watching.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
On her shoulder.
No problem, Bushy.
So, they won't have this on Accent Hollywood tonight. Roseanne. Who doesn't love Roseanne? All right, nobody loves Roseanne.
Hi, Rosie.
I love Roseanne. She hates Dr. Phil. And she hates Dr. Phil so much that there's a chance... No, it's not a joke. There's a chance we're going to get Roseanne on the show.
Oh, really?
Because she's not finding anyone who will let her talk about how much she hates Dr. Phil.
Roseanne, come to us, please.
Okay, so Beth Ann gets in touch with people. We do some research. Here's what Roseanne hates about Dr. Phil. This is now from Roseanne and whatever website she's got, RoseanneHatesDrPhil.com or something like that. It says, quote, I want to go on a record and say, I hate Dr. Phil. I would fight him in a grudge match if I were a wrestler. Dr. Phil is a used car salesman with barnyard psychology. Once he turns off the cameras, nobody does anything he says. He's a fat son of a bitch talking about how to lose weight. Who wants to hear that? I just hate Dr. Phil.
Wow.
And I hate his freaking, I'm using another word, wife. I shouldn't go off like this, but he's just so goddamn stupid, and he's the cause of the dumbing down of America. It's It's purely evident if you watch 5 minutes of his show.
Wow.
He's a huckster, used car salesman, a scam artist. I'd like to knock the S out of him.
We got to get her on the show, but we better have 18 people on the delay when she comes
wait, hold on. She's got one more knockout punch dedicated to this friend. Roseanne says Dr. Phil is Hitler.
Oh!
He is Hitler reincarnated.
Wow. Boy.
Hi, Rosie.
Hi there. So is she going to come on the show? Are we going to get her to talk about Dr. Phil?
We're trying to. We've called Roseanne's people to say, we got no problem with you calling Dr. Phil Hitler on our show.
You come on, spew all the hatred you want.
That's great. Macaulay Culkin, who has those sexy bee-sting lips,
according to Michael Jackson,
says he is not gay.
Okay.
Well, he's married, isn't he?
Yeah, but there has been those rumors, and isn't he like married, but like got separated from the girl that he married when he was?
Well, you know, he had a normal childhood staying at the Neverland Ranch.
He's troubled.
He married, I think, at 17, and I think he's divorced now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a guy, a gay porn actor, who's saying that he's been with Macaulay Culkin. And now Macaulay Culkin is saying that he's never met this guy. He's not gay. He's not got anything against gays, but he's not gay. But he does have those delicious bee-sting lips.
More reason for one of the networks to buy my pilot that I wrote. Growing Up Culkin.
Now,
he'll be okay by the time he's old enough to drink.
Growing Culkins.
I still like Marshall Mathers. I still like Eminem.
Yeah.
I still like his songs, even though they're basically at this point all the same.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's kind of he's taken a little bit of a slip road.
Yeah, he has, but he works with D12 or whatever the band, the other band he works with, and Jay-Z, whoever he works with. I'm a fan of Eminem. I'm a fan of his videos. Now, he's got a new video coming out in which Michael Jackson is asking the video channels not to play.
Really?
One video channel, BET, has decided they will not play this at the request of Michael Jackson. Here he is, and he's thinking about suing Eminem.
All right.
Here is what he does in this video. What's the name of the song? I don't even know. It's Just Lose It.
Right.
It's another one of those typical, here's how I would classify Eminem's music. I love listening to it before I'm coming into work because it gets me psyched up. It's like, get caught up in the music, the moment. Basically what he's saying is nobody can tell you what to do.
Right.
You can, this is what I derive from the lyrics of Eminem.
Okay.
And I like what he's got to say. So he's got whatever this song is, but he spends a lot of time in this video dressed like Michael Jackson. And during the 3.5 minutes when he's dressed like Michael Jackson, his nose falls off 5 times. And then his hair catches on fire.
Oh, no.
Then Michael Jackson, played by Eminem, comes in contact with the real Eminem. They're doing like the half-screen thing. And that's when and then there's a scene where Michael Jackson, again, played by Eminem, who's already had his nose falling off, Michael Jackson sitting on a bed and children jumping up and down on the bed behind him.
Wow.
And then at one point, it's something he morphs into Billie Jean. He takes a little Billie Jean.
Right.
And it's like, I done touched everything but little boys. It's not a stab at Michael. It's just a metaphor. I'm just psycho. But Michael Jackson is out of his mind about it.
Yes.
He's not happy.
Wow.
Considering a lawsuit, and BET is not playing it.
Is there any word for, are they playing it on the other networks yet, or what?
This is not a joke. Every time I turn on MTV...
There's no
I swear to God, it's the real world.
Right.
And it's not going to be on VH1, so I've been watching Fuse, right? That's
a good one.
That's
right.
the good, but I've not seen it there. So I don't know. Maybe somebody's seen it.
This you should not do.
What?
You should not say he's an animal. Should not say he's Jacko. I'm not a Jacko.
Jacko, my nose fell off.
Jacko.
Hi.
Okay, this is...
If he keeps it up, I'm going to call Mr. Peck.
we told you that we got canned in Salt Lake City.
Right. Yeah, because we're too left-wing.
Right.
All right.
There is more FCC news today.
Oh,
everybody's got the ramifications of what's happening.
Right.
This time it's not radio. This time it's TV. Oh. Thank you, Rob. It's time for today's FCC report. The FCC is preparing to levy a fine of $1 million or more on Fox Broadcasting for the April 2003 airing of the show Married by America. Here's what somebody wrote a letter to the FCC about and why they are going to fine Fox at least $1 million.
Why?
It's the show where they've got the man and the woman and you vote for... You remember the...
Yeah, I remember it.
Bad premise for a show. Well, what they did was they showed the bachelor party and the bachelorette party. There was no nudity that was actually shown. Right. But you did see whipped cream where nipples should have been.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's $1 million.
More than $1 million. They're saying they're starting at $1 million.
Are they going to do one of those deals where they find every TV station that ran it?
No, they're just going to Fox Broadcasting Company.
Oh dear.
They're going right to Rupert Murdoch, and they're saying, "Hey, listen, we got one letter about a show you ran that maybe, percentage-wise, 1% of America watched. And of the 1% of the 250 million people that live here, one person wrote a letter. And because you put nipples, or hold on, you didn't put nipples were. You just put whipped cream where the nipples should be. We are going to fine you over $1 million. We've not just decided yet how much."
Well, welcome. TV got it started, Don, and TV's now getting theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. It went from TV to radio, and now it's back to TV again. Right.
Hold on. Here's Charlie about that M&M thing. Charlie?
Yeah, how you doing, Radio God?
Hi there.
Yeah, I got to see the making of the video on that M&M one, and he takes a stab at everyone.
Yeah, well, I just wish that they'd show the goddamn thing on MTV.
And when you say he takes a stab at everyone, who is he taking a stab at?
Pee Wee Herman.
Madonna, and also...
Madonna, yeah, because actually what lights Michael Jackson's hair on fire is the cone bra of Madonna's.
Right.
I mean, it's just over the top, making fun of even himself running down the street naked with Dr. Dre driving around.
Madonna hasn't complained because she's not facing criminal charges.
Yeah, that's true, Buzz. Hello, Matthew. Matthew, hey, Matt.
Don and Mike, love you guys.
Hey, thanks. Hey, Matthew, how you been?
I've been good.
Hey, what do you want?
Yeah, AOL has the video. They actually showcase when you log on. You can watch the entire video.
You don't work for AOL, do you?
No.
Because you know they're right down the street and they're always trying to get in bed with us.
Hey, evidently. How about that, huh?
Okay.
It's the funniest video. I mean, I have to watch it over and over because they do showcase all the freaks like Madonna, Pee Wee.
Well, I'd love to see the thing with Michael Jackson where his nose falls off.
Well, you can with AOL.
And thank God for that.
Sounds like a Weird Al video to me.
You could watch it over and over and over. Like,
but wasn't his last video a Weird Al video when he did the thing with Britney and Christina Aguilera?
Right.
Same thing.
What's the video where he dressed up like a Robin? Where he was wearing like not a Batman suit, but a Robin suit.
I don't care for that kind of.
I think it was My Name Is.
I thought that was the one where he had all the M&Ms like on the set.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. That is where they all came in.
The very first one.
That was like Return of the Jedi, where there's 8,000 M&Ms coming in.
Yeah, and they actually really used extras for that.
Listen, all I know is that I don't even have time to get to whatever Bush had under his jacket.
Oh,
did you know during the primary, the debate last week on Friday night, and I do have a picture here, Mike. Look at Bush. Look at the picture of Bush. He's wearing something under his jacket. Now, the White House is not offering any speculation on this. People are saying it could be a bulletproof vest. Some people are saying it could be a device to feed him answers. Another theory says it's a device that allows somebody to give him a little shock to tell him if he's off target. Now, it seems to me that if you need to give the guy a little spark to say you're either doing well or doing poorly, you don't have to make it as big and bulky. And to describe it to you who can't see it, have you ever seen a quarterback last night
with a flak jacket on?
Yeah, or Steve McNair last night coming off the field, and when you see the guy sitting on the bench, you go, it looks like he's got a life jacket on underneath his jersey.
Has anybody spoken of the fact that maybe the president just needs to get a slightly larger suit jacket?
But no, there's something under there.
You think so?
There is a definite...
Has anybody spoken to this yet? Has anybody from the Bush camp?
Nope. They got no comment.
What part of it? I've read about this, but I haven't seen the picture. What part of his jacket do we see?
Between his shoulder
Very
blades.
hard to see on this picture.
In the back.
Too small.
On his back.
Some people have also speculated it might be some sort of corrective brace.
Either way,
He doesn't have any back problem.
Not anymore.
I'm voting for Don's, the one with the electric shock. Well, there are actually 1 million, 10 million, 20 million.
Just every time he stood up, when he couldn't control himself, they had to shock him to get him to sit back down.
Yeah, maybe they were using the shock like for facial expressions. You're looking angry again. I'm happy now.
Hold on, Robbie.
And then his mouth watered.
I need the crazy world of Arthur Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Right now. I got to feel good for you today.
Really?
A double header.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire.
Okay. Well, hold on. Before that, there's a 12-year-old in Texas.
Yes.
Her mom grounded her.
Yeah.
So she went and got her mom's gun and shot her.
Oh.
I just point that out.
Brief feel good there.
Now, about fire.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire.
And a strange man set his wife on fire after she refused to have sex with him. Segundo Cuchana.
What?
From Mexico. Segundo Cuchana.
Segundo?
Perhaps.
Might as well, when you're talking about fire setting, you might as well get the name right.
Perhaps. Anyway, what happens is he asks his wife for sex. And she says, don't feel like it.
Nada.
And he goes out to the garage and gets a giant can of gasoline.
Oh, my God.
And comes in and sets her on fire.
By chance, was it their 8th anniversary?
It was, but that's not...
Rob.
I am the god of hellfire,
Rob
and I bring you fire.
That's not where the fire ends today, Mike.
Where's the fire end?
Okay, this is from Iran. So keep in mind, they're nutty over there to begin with.
Sure are, right.
An Iranian woman was very mad. She wanted a color TV.
Mm-hmm.
She only had a black and white TV. She kept saying to her husband, I want a color TV. The husband says the color, and I love the way it's spelled, C-O-L-O-U-R.
Yeah.
The color TV costs $156. He says, bitch, we don't have the money. She then sets herself on fire.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire.
Crazy Iranians.
It's a lesson for us all.
Those crazy Iranians.
They are confirming that a woman has died of burns, but they are not speculating on the cause.
The irony is that now she is black and white.
Oh, dear. Oh, God.
So you've got two great feel-goods today.
Yeah, sure do.
Actually, with three. I wasn't counting the girl that shot her mom. But that, I only mention that because the mom had the gun, like, sitting on the coffee table.
What a wacky world. Sure
She
is.
says, you're grounded.
And someday we'll be up at the gates, and they'll be going, you called those feel-goods?
You know what, Mike? This is from God. God says... That's funny.
Laugh track, because we'll never get to the gate.
That's...
I know.
Listen, that's good. That's good. That's a good segment.
Yes.
That's a good segment. That's good.
Yeah.
Lady sets herself on fire because she
That's
can't
okay. All right. Yes.
That's a good segment.
All right. Fine. Let's
like
not
that.
overanalyze it. That's when I get that tingly sensation. And I don't know. Just you feel good, funny. Yes. Move forward.
Okay.
And we started justifying. Let me tell you why it's good. Right. That's when I start to get a little creepy. Let me explain to you why this is a good thing. That's when I get a
You
little.
see, Mike, there were two separate cases. First,
Yes.
the guy,
Where?
the wife wouldn't have sex, so the guy set her on fire.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Wasn't that something?
Yes, that was really something.
And when we come back,
How about that?
wild. It's one or the other. This is the theme, and we may actually go one guy with one cliche and one guy with the other.
Yeah, and up in Canada, they use Rob's. They call That's Wild.
Rob, if you want, jump in with that, but I think it'd be good if we just keep it with...
How about that?
Isn't that something? Anyway, here's the setup. The guy who's got a piece of bread that's 100 years old.
Isn't that something?
How about that? Okay, that's the bit.
Yeah.
And
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
we'll do it for... We got a theme, though.
Yes. Isn't that something?
How about that? So we'll slay you with this piece of prepared comedy.
100 years old. How about that?
And that's we'll be and you see, She set herself on fire, Mike.
Yes, isn't that something?
About that. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Mike just asked me a question.
Don, can you hear me?
Yes. Why? What do you mean? I hear you perfectly.
Hello? Oh, maybe it's me again.
I hear you perfectly, Mike.
Okay, very good.
That was the digital equipment. A dead spot was in the stack. So it won't play when it's dead.
There you go. So it was a problem with the computer.
Yes, I apologize.
Very good.
All right, now back to... imagine that we've already played the thing that goes... Don, 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 Don.
Pretend.
The Don and Mike Show.
This
Or don't pretend.
is the Don
I'll play it again.
Show.
Now the tapes.
Pleasure to speak with you. Is it a fact that if we released this top secret information, we'd have to release the information about Don and Mike not being on in New York? Is that a fact?
I think we have a weird caller, but that's all right. Let's talk a little bit about Zacharias Moussaoui.
Hello. Sean Hannity. This is the first time I've ever called you, and I'm glad to be listening to you every day right after the Don and Mike show. And I just think that you would make a perfect guest on their show.
Tell Don and Mike, anytime they want me, I'd be glad to come.
Can grow up to 3 feet long, walk on their fins, and live on land for several days.
Grudge.
Devouring other fish and birds and ducks. And they breed like crazy. Now there's possibly even thousands of fish in that pond. Line 4, Larry in Virginia. You're on the air with Drudge.
Matt Drudge, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
You know, I have a theory about these fish that can walk on land. You'll notice they went from New York City over to Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they can walk on their own, correct? Do you think it's more than a coincidence that perhaps maybe they walked all the way to Maryland because...
they hitchhiked down to 95?
They walked down 95 because they can't hear Don and Mike on in New York City anymore?
There he goes. Yeah, classic.
Don and Mike Show.
I agree. Yeah. We like it. We do.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Working delightfully non-bleu, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Lenny, let me turn that off. That's way too hip for what we're going to do right now.
Now, we need something older, Don.
Well, we've got our theme.
There it is. That's better.
Welcome to another edition of Isn't That Something or How About That?
How about that? Isn't that something?
Mike, what's so special about a slice of bread?
Tell me.
Today, more and more people are living to celebrate their 100th birthday, but it is not often that a slice of bread earns that distinction.
No kidding.
The century-old bread is the property of 81-year-old Tim Anderson of Columbia.
Columbia, South America?
South Carolina?
Wow.
Tennessee?
Columbia.
Tennessee.
That'd be fun. It might add a little something more to Isn't That Something? It was like, hello, this is my bread. It is 100 years old.
The guys ready for the on-air call?
He's waiting for you.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
This is really something, a 100-year-old slice of bread.
Stand by for some real belly laughs.
This is wonderful stuff. You don't get this everywhere. No.
Isn't that something, or how about that? The guy's name is Tim.
Hello?
Hi, Tim. This is the Don and Mike Show. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and welcome to this part of our show where we talk to newsmakers. Understand you've got a piece of bread, sir, that's 100 years old.
That's correct.
Isn't that something?
Boy, that is really something. How long have you yourself had the bread in your possession, sir?
For 33 years.
How about that?
Isn't that something? 30 years yourself?
My mother kept it for 67 years, and I've had it the last 33.
May I ask you why you think your mother held on to a piece of bread for that many years?
Well, her mother, my grandmother, was seriously ill, and
isn't that something?
Her sister-in-law wanted to give her something, so she made a loaf of bread and baked it in an old wood-fired stove, and
how about that?
He gave it to her, and she ate a little of it, and because it was one of the last things that my grandmother ate, my mother decided to cut off an end slice and thought she'd keep it for a short time.
Oh, so you're talking about the loaf.
That's right.
That is wild.
How about that?
Isn't that something?
So how do you preserve the bread, sir?
It's never been sealed. My mother kept it always in a white tissue paper in an old chest.
Isn't that something?
And guests come in, she'd open it up and show it to them. It never was handled much, but it wasn't airtight.
So you never put it in anything like a Ziploc bag, huh?
No. I've got a little container now with a loose top to it.
Uh-huh. How about that? What type of bread was it, sir?
I don't know.
I guess you can't identify it after all those years, huh?
No.
Hey, does it smell? Does the bread have an odor?
No. It's light as a feather. It's about half the size that it was when it was baked.
How about that?
That's really something. You say it's like probably looks like a crouton now, huh?
Well, it's about a tan color, and I'd say it's about half the size it was when.
I hear that Tim, it's quite a conversation piece.
Oh yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something?
How about that?
Are you going to get in the Guinness Book of World Records for the 100-year-old piece of bread?
I doubt if there's any bread that old.
Tim, I read here where you make cakes and pies now, and you give them to your neighbors.
Oh yeah, I've been cooking all my life, and I live alone in a condo, and we have.
How about that?
We have a lot of people here, so there's some a little more feeble than I am, so I'll make a cake and take it and divide it among them.
And you're 81, it says, but your health is still.
I'm 81.
You're what?
I'm 81.
81, you're still doing well. How about that? Yeah, I see you started running when you were 59.
Yeah, I used
How about that?
I used to play golf and tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So this bread you got, has anybody offered you any money for the 100-year-old piece of bread?
No.
How about that?
People in Memphis on a station down there interviewed me and asked me, was it for sale? And I said, no. This is too much of a memory.
Isn't that something? Do you think there's a chance that you'd... what do you think would happen if you tried to eat the piece of bread?
Well, you couldn't. It's too hard.
It's too hard?
Yeah.
So it's become like rock-like now?
Right.
How about that?
Yeah, it's like a rock now.
How about that?
Isn't that something? It's petrified.
But it's almost petrified, but it's a little bit of it will crumble off if you mess with it. So I don't handle it too much.
How about that?
That's something. You know, the bread is almost as stale as this bit. Sir, if I could ask, where do you keep the bread? I know that Mike asked you that you keep it in a bag, but where in your home do you keep it?
In the china cabinet.
In the china cabinet, a curio where people can actually see that?
Well, no, it's down where you can't see it.
Oh, you can't see it?
I don't keep it out where people can see it.
How about that? Why's that?
I don't know. I just always kept it down there.
Isn't that something? Do you think you could dunk it into a mug of hot soup and it would soften up?
It might. I doubt it.
Well, how about that?
That would be something, wouldn't it?
But to look at it, you can still see the pores in bread like any other bread.
Tim, what do people say when they see the piece of 100-year-old bread? What's the comment you get more than anything else? Besides, isn't that something, or how about that?
Or that's wild.
Why didn't it mold? That's the question.
Why didn't it mold?
And I don't know.
And why didn't it mold, Tim?
I don't know.
Isn't that something?
How about that?
I can make a loaf of bread and cut off a slice. In a week, it's turned green.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something? I guess it would be because of the dryness of the atmosphere, right?
Probably so. It just...
How about that?
It's very unusual. Very unusual.
Isn't that something?
Are you going to pass the bread along?
Yeah, I have a son, 56, and he has two children, one 21, one 19, and I've written all about, and I keep that in with the bread. It's documented, and when he can...
Isn't that something?
He's 200 years old.
Oh, how about that? 200 years, or maybe sometime 400 years. You never know. It'll be around long after we're all gone.
Isn't that something?
It's very unusual.
How about that?
I think all of our listeners are probably gone right now, but just on the chance that maybe one or two of them is still tuned in.
Yes.
I'd like to ask you, how long have you been cooking?
Since I was 9.
So how many years is that?
Oh, well, that's about 70.
About 70 years.
How about that?
Isn't that something? And you still cook? I think that's great.
When I was 9, I made a cake, but my mother gave me all the instructions.
And I think the important thing that we haven't mentioned is that no preservatives were ever put in this bread.
No.
How about that?
Isn't that something?
That's great. Well, wow. What a pleasure.
How about that?
Isn't that something? And do you have any more questions about the bread, Don?
Is it wheat or
white?
Rye?
I guess
white or rye or
it's wheat bread.
Oh, wheat bread.
Yeah.
How about that?
Is it Atkins friendly? Do you think?
Well, no.
Mike, I'm asking a question.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking Tim a question. Tim, do you think this bread would be Atkins diet friendly?
I didn't understand that.
Isn't that something?
How about that? I don't think he knows. Well, then, are there any other old pieces of food that you have around your house, Tim?
No, nothing. This is the only thing.
How about that? Isn't that something?
We have something on the phone, somebody on the phone, rather, who says they know why it didn't mold. Let's go to Peyton. Hello, Peyton.
Go ahead, Peyton. Tell us why it didn't mold.
Hey, Don and Mike. Yeah, he said that his mother kept it wrapped in tissue paper.
Yes.
And that he's kept it in a loose jar.
Yeah.
And if they had ever put it in a mason jar and sealed it up or put it in a plastic bag, then the moisture would have gotten stuck in there and captured, and it would have molded.
Isn't that something?
Well, how about that?
And that's something.
It really is quite something.
What do you think? Now, if anybody asks you about the mold question, you'll have an answer.
Well, I'll have to try it. I'll make one myself and off a piece out.
Hey, Peyton, I think you'll agree that this entire topic really is something.
It really is something.
How about that?
How about that?
It's wild.
Thank you, Peyton.
Thanks, Peyton.
Thank you very much. Peyton gets one. Peyton gets one of those. Tim, do you work out, sir?
Pardon me?
Do you work out, sir?
Do you exercise?
I walk.
How about that?
Yeah, isn't that something?
Running. I had to quit running because sciatic nerve put me down. I'd still be at it.
A little sciatica. Well, keep cooking.
And that's
I am.
Are you going to vote, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Do you mind? Who's the bread for? I mean, if you don't want to go out on your own, who do you think the bread would vote for?
Oh, I think the bread would be strictly Republican.
Strictly Republican.
How about that?
Isn't that something?
And what about you, sir?
Me too.
You too. So it's a Republican household.
Isn't that something?
How about that?
I'm the only one here.
Oh, you're the only one there? Okay. So that's the way. Well, Tim, it's been a real pleasure speaking with you.
Speaking with you.
Tim is a man who has a slice of history, if I could say that.
Absolutely. He's got bread that's 100 years old.
How about that?
And the story's still fresh.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It really is something.
Isn't that something? Thanks so much for chatting with us.
Well, I'm glad to do it.
It's been a slice of heaven, and we will call you in 100 years.
Okay.
Isn't that something?
How about that? Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
You are wild.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
How about that?
Isn't that something? It's wild. I love that bit.
I love it more than anything.
I truly love that. Because you really don't have to say anything else.
No.
Isn't it? And when the listeners join in,
how about that?
That's a true. And not only did he contribute. Oh, now is everybody?
Everybody. Next time everybody can play.
No, be original.
Let's see, Stephen.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, we're already off the phone with the guy.
I know, I missed it already. I wanted to ask him maybe if that bread traveled here in a time machine.
Or maybe it won't be a good idea to run.
Yeah, no, perhaps not.
The fact that we took that call, isn't that something?
Yeah, that's really something. How about that?
How about that? Okay, well, join us next time for another edition of either Isn't That Something?
Or how about that?
Or Rob's choice.
Oh, you decided to accept Rob's, huh?
Well, only because it was going so...
That's wild.
So great. So great with that guy.
Yeah.
And may I say, how instead of that, how about that is wild?
That is wild.
Yes.
How about that?
That is wild. Isn't that something?
How about that? That is wild.
That is wild.
Who's calling on the inside line? Hello?
It's me.
Oh, hi, Beth Ann.
You gotta be kidding.
That's a different show, but that's a good one.
That could be another one. You got to be kidding me. And you got to throw me in there. You got to be kidding me.
All right, everybody. Let's all have the meeting before the next episode.
I think that's a great idea.
All right,
that's really something.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. How about that?
You got to be kidding me.
Turn that off.
Oh, man.
And that's something.
Oh, how about that?
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, that's wild. That is wild.
You're pulling my leg.
There are a million of them.
Let's take your calls right now. Let me just ask this, though. Don't call with the slogans that we should say.
No.
Okay?
You're not allowed.
We're burned on that now.
You'll be punished.
And when we're burned on it, our listeners are burned on it.
Amen.
So let's move on. How about that segment, though?
You are pulling my leg.
877-365-3636 is our toll-free number. from Canada. Hey, nice fake Thanksgiving yesterday. 800-636-1067. Mike, you hear about that? Canada yesterday had Thanksgiving.
Isn't that something?
Get out of town.
I'm pulling your leg. Phone scan. 877-365-3636. Your unscreened calls coming right up.
There you go.
And now, what am I left with? The one that I say all the time. We'll be right back.
That's it.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
You have to think of the audience as a child that you're in charge of.
That's right.
And you have to do right by the child, and the child will ask for things that they shouldn't be given, because it'll make them ultimately less happy. It'll be a better feeling for them. They'll look back on this thing and have something that they experienced in their lives that didn't go to hell.
The Don and Mike Show.
Thanks, Jerry.
Now, even moister. The Don and Mike Show.
Let me see. Good show today. Your phone call's coming right up. Oh, Mike, we've not said it today. Let me say, let's go Red Sox. Kurt Schilling tonight. Game number 1 against the Yankees.
Come on, right? I am excited, but I am filled with all the emotions that I always have in October. And I am going to be up and down and all around. And I don't know, there's so much I'm getting from people that I don't even like to talk about it.
Okay,
because it's weird. It's weird.
Just say,
it's weird. The people like you coming on board. It's people saying to me, they
stars are aligned.
Oh, no,
I'm telling you, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series, but they're going to beat the Yankees, Mike.
Well, if they do, it'll make me the happiest boy in the world, and I will be very happy. We will wait and see. It's great to root for a team that is there once again in October, though. It's great.
Just know this weekend I pulled the piano out of the lake, so everything is going to be
the curse of the Bambino.
Let's see. A phone scan, right? Then I got to do the Rich Eisen thing. Oh, let me see.
Wow.
Rich Eisen will be on the show Friday. You know our friend Rich Eisen from the NFL Network, NFL Total Access.
Don, I'm planning on staying here for the whole segment.
Brought to you by Tower Records and Tower.com. Nobody has a bigger selection of the music and my movies that you like the most. Tomorrow on the show, we'll have the Big Dog Experiment, where we'll see if my dogs respond to my voice over the radio when I tempt them with cookies over the radio.
Looking forward to that.
Plus, tomorrow, the debate is tomorrow night, so we'll prep for that.
You think a lot of people are going to be watching that debate? I think not as many.
So?
I don't think as many as the first two.
Oh, I bet it gets a huge number, bigger than the other two.
You think so?
I bet you on that.
Well, I will have to agree to disagree.
Tomorrow on the show also, he wants to plug a kid's book, but we're going to talk about the election with our friend Mick Foley from WWE.
Very good.
Mankind, and can I say something?
I think I like his politics.
Yeah.
Can I say something? Less than 24 hours until Ditka.
Ditka is going to be in this studio.
No, on the phone.
On the phone.
On the phone.
Oh.
Nobody's in the studio, Mike. They're always on the phone.
Then Ditka will be on the show with his mood.
I don't want to split hairs, but I just want to tell you this.
What?
23 hours, 57 minutes, 30 seconds till Ditka.
Counting down to Ditka.
You got quite the anal brain on you. Very excited about the coach, Ditka.
Tomorrow, Ditka. Oh, and listen, we're going to be giving away tomorrow a 4-round trip tickets to anywhere that IndependenceAir.com flies.
Wow.
Please go to IndependenceAir.com. Find a list of the 45 to 60 cities that they're currently flying to.
They travel to a lot of cities where we're heard.
We will give 4 round trip airfare tickets anywhere you want to go tomorrow on the show. Later this week, Jackie Stallone, her dogs, she's Sylvester Stallone's mom.
Yeah, I know she is.
Yeah, she's had a stroke. And her dogs are...
I don't know if she's had a stroke.
Well, she talks like she
has that little lip thing going.
Anyway, her dogs will be predicting the presidential election.
Very exciting.
Also, if you're listening to us in Houston, you want to know that this week we'll have our friend Charlie Catcherly on, who is the general manager of the Houston Texans.
How are the Texans doing this year?
The two and how have they been? Yes. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. They're doing all right.
All right, not bad.
And that overtime game against Minnesota just Sunday. Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello. So anyway, we'll have Charlie on the show. I guess Friday, that is.
You would be on the air, sir.
Hello.
Don and Mike.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, yeah, I had a question about your photo shoot from Friday.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead. What about it?
I was just wondering what you guys were wearing. If you guys were all thonged out.
We were, and
we were both thonged out.
You're going to love the picture. It's Mike and I are both topless. We're in a bathtub.
I wonder if they'll get that one through that we really did, where I gently laid my head on your shoulder.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Oh, I did.
It was something, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, how about that?
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Now I'm thinking of Beth Ann.
Don't. Oh, Beth Ann's was you got to be kidding.
You got to be kidding me.
Don't, or people will call with it, though.
I know, that's wild.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Come on, we're doing great. What can we do for you?
I have a question about the show. I've been listening for about a year and a half, and so I only get to listen to the last portion of the show. And I was wondering, whenever Buzz attempts to go to the next news story, I noticed that you guys always kind of interrupt him, and I was wondering.
Right, you're one of our dumb listeners, and that's okay. I'll explain things to you, and I'll speak real slow so you understand. First off, shame on you for only listening to the last part of the show. Second, with no offense to Buzz, let's see, what's the name of the show?
The Don and Mike Show.
Yes, and Buzz gives the news, and we give our comments. What part about that don't you understand?
Oh, no, I understand it perfectly.
Okay, then why are you calling?
I guess I don't have a reason.
That's right. Now.
And really, the people that call should be the people that listen to the whole show. That's right.
What town does your mom live in?
Orville.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Goodbye.
And like that, he's gone.
See? And I don't want to mention this because it's like going to be a jinx. But you know how long it's been since we put somebody in the book?
I know.
Because now I know.
If people discipline themselves.
Hello, Don Mike Show. Hello.
Mostly.
Hello? Hi there. You're on the air.
Dynamite?
Yes, we are. Hi.
Oh, hi. How have you been?
How have you been?
How have you been?
Thanks for playing along. What can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to tell you, I listen out of Buffalo.
Right.
And last week, for I think every single day, the satellite supposedly kicked out the same time every day.
Yeah, sunspot. That time of year.
That is a true fact that will not be happening. Buzz knows more about this. Buzz, say something so we can interrupt you here. How often do sunspots happen?
Well, Don,
Thank you, Buzz. Kidding. No, come on, really,
every spring and fall, there are flares, solar flares, sunspots that cause havoc with communications here on Earth.
And someday, won't they, burn up the Earth?
Yes, eventually we'll all be fried. Thank you.
Oh, great.
But it is just a problem that happens a couple weeks into October.
That's right. Well,
it's nothing we can't handle. It's just that maybe you could supply WBUF with some more Don and Mike best ofs. We heard the light bulb. How long does
it get knocked out for?
Well, it wasn't very long. It was just in the middle of good bits.
Okay. All right, honey. I don't know what to tell you, but thank you for your call.
Thank you.
Maybe we could supply them with some of those great 30-second bits we do.
Hello. Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike, I hate it when you're starting a bit and the sun interrupts you.
Hello. Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Hi, guys. I just wanted to say that I love your show.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Well,
goodbye now.
There you go. Hi. Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
We're not too defensive, are we? Guys just call and say, hey, I love the show. We want to get rid of him as fast as we can.
Well, we just want to get rid of him because we think he might be having that other shoe.
Yeah, right, because we're waiting for the butt.
Right. Big shoe dropping.
Big old butt. I love your show, but
I wondered if...
Shut up. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You were talking last week about... it was one of your feel-goods about an old woman who was getting her fingernails ripped out.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to convey a little story here. Sorry, I'm in traffic.
Are you, can I ask a question because you said ripped out? Are you from Canada?
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
How about that?
That's
Not pretty good, huh? Am I pretty good?
Good way to go, Mike.
Thank you.
Apologize.
Hey, what's the deal?
I'm going to be used when they invade. I'm going to be used for the, for intelligence.
And good pull with Buzz noticing the guy apologized for being Canadian.
Yeah.
Mike is going to be like the wind talkers for the Canadian invasion. Did you say ooch?
He said get out.
So how was? Listen, how
the cooch?
How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah, it was super fantastic.
Could you offer some insight, if you please? Please offer some insight as to the Canadian Thanksgiving.
Do you have turkey?
Are you sick of leftovers today?
Rob, let him talk.
Yeah, my mother makes a great turkey leftover cake.
Sunspot, Canadian cell phone.
Yeah, just a cell phone, not a sunspot.
Make sure they're not invading. That might have been a decoy.
And aren't we the superior Americans? Do you have turkey?
If you do, you're copying us.
You got turkey?
And, Mike, we are superior.
We are, I know.
In all ways.
I know.
Not only with Canada, with every other son of a bitch country.
I know we are not. I was simply thinking perhaps a more intelligent question. Do you got turkey?
Hello. Don and Mike show. Hello?
Don?
I hear a child, yes. Hi, and Mike, we're all here.
Hi, Don and Mike. First of all, I'll start out by saying my mother is from Hornerville.
No, not in front of the child, please.
Well, he doesn't know any better.
You're talking about her grandma.
It might not even be his mother.
Oh,
I see fish.
Wow.
Okay.
The only reason I wanted to call Don was being from Wisconsin, where I'm from, everyone is pretty much driven their cars off the road in the trees because of the Packers
last night. Listen, I want to tell you something. Before you go nurse that sickly baby I heard, I want to tell you that last night my wife saw a demonstration from me.
Were you a little angry with the big game?
That I rarely get to. I was so out of my mind.
You keep it kind of you keep it close to the vest. But would that not be your one? I mean, they're your Red Sox, aren't they?
Yes,
the Green Bay Packers?
Yes, they are. And I love them when they're good, and I love them when they're bad.
Right.
But God damn it, Brett Favre goes back, and it gets towards the end of the game, and he just doesn't care. He gets that retarded look on his face and just throws the ball. And about the third time that I can't tell you the guy in Tennessee because all defensive backs now have dreadlocks that cover their names on the back of the jersey. Mm-hmm. So whoever the guy with the dreads is for the Titans, about the time that he takes the ball out of the guy's hands, I said, "Screw this!
Yeah.
This sucks!" She came in and she said, "What is wrong?" I said, Look! 31-14! And then, I swear to God, my wife has a conversation. She says to me, "Do you own this team?" I said, "No."
Oh, I hate that.
She said, "Do you play for this team?" "No." "Then why are you so invested in this team?" And I looked at her and I said, "Do I own you? No, but I'm invested in you."
All about emotion.
I mean,
Why are we all there anyway? Why do we fill stadiums up? That's what it's all about.
So, yes, whatever you're feeling in Wisconsin, I feel.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check. Thank you so much.
You made this guy feel great. Yeah. If I was a listener,
this is a feel-good story.
I mean, you don't wear it on your sleeve, and I think that's good that you let this listener know. I feel better. I feel better.
I'm scared about going to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Brett doesn't play good in domes.
You think upset?
Detroit is a bogus 3-1.
Nah, you're going to beat Detroit.
I'd hate to tell you what I'm going to say when Rich Eisen comes on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And listen, Amon Green, I love you. But have a spot on my bench, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. How dare you? You fumble like that? You bastard. You lost the game for your team, and I needed you last night. Do you know I could have put someone like Marshall Faulk or Warwick Dunn in there? No, I put Amon Green in. You know why? Because I'm a stupid Packers fan.
All right, low-key the whole Red Sox thing, okay? Because I think you're bringing some of that to the Red Sox tonight.
Okay, good.
I don't want you to do that.
Okay. I'll stay away from that.
For a while.
For a while.
They win tonight.
Come on,
I'll let you in a little bit, then I'll let you a little more in, and then...
You control the rest.
Because I know as soon as they lose, you'll jump right back out. Start pointing your finger at me and dancing and laughing.
Are you ready for this?
Are you going to console me if something bad happens?
Mike, for the last time...
Yes.
There will be no consoling.
Mm-hmm.
Until they lose the World Series. But they will beat the Yankees.
All right.
They will beat the Yankees tonight. Tonight.
I shouldn't say this, but I will, because it'll be different if they do go to the World Series. But it does mean more to me.
Mm-hmm. To beat the Yankees.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
It's guaranteed tonight. It's guaranteed.
Stop. Let's not talk about it.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Of course, I thought the Packers win was guaranteed last night, too.
Oh, my God.
If you want to listen to me yesterday...
That's what I'm talking about. Sports.
Hello. Hello there, Don and Mike show.
Good early evening, gentlemen.
Hi there.
Real quick, good luck to your Red Sox tonight, Mike.
Thank you.
And, hey, Don, when you get up in the morning, do you look in the mirror and say, "Damn, that's one sexy girl"?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Why do you say that?
Are you implying that I'm a woman?
No, I'm just implying that you are one damn sexy girl.
No, yeah, I am. Thank you.
If this was a modern prison, I'd be telling you to go into your defensive crouch right now.
Oh, don't crouch.
This guy sounds like big and tall, and he's saying, "You are one sexy girl."
That's all right, Mike. I'll take any compliment.
Imagine that, though, if you had to go to the joint, and you're sitting there the first day, you're in the cafeteria line, some guy walks up and goes, You are one sexy girl.
Like I wouldn't hear that for sure.
They both would.
Like I know it.
First hour.
I know. Forget the guards are going to say it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you know who's rooting for the Red Sox, though?
Who's that?
Charlie M.
Charlie M! You got Charlie M to root for the Red Sox!
Yeah.
Don't make me be a bad guy. Don't make me pop your eye out.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don, I'm upset you called somebody me yesterday. Rob is my man. Fingers in the nut.
Okay.
You got him.
That's Rob's finger guy.
Yeah.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hi there.
Buzz.
Yes.
Yes, I'm wondering what your uvula tastes like.
May I ask who's calling, please?
Pardon me?
It's not Jorge. I'm going to have to.
No, but it's not a bad.
Yeah, but I got to be very careful about what.
Can we get his name?
What's your name, sir?
Hello?
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
And just like Shatner says, he's gone.
God, before Buzz could even answer the uvula question.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, I had a polar bear and goose sandwich for Canadian Thanksgiving. Hi, Pat.
Polar bear and goose sandwich.
Get out of here.
Delicious, under glass.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike, my brothers.
Yeah. You know, I don't know about all the Canadians calling this show.
Oh, welcome. Come on.
I like them. I don't know. This ain't the United Nations.
I'd be curious culturally to know exactly what the Canadian Thanksgiving entails.
Mike, I will tell. I'll tell you because sadly I researched it. I do know that. I'm not kidding.
Really? What'd you do?
It's just like ours.
It is.
I just did a Google search.
Nothing changes. It's like turkey, a big stuffing, all that stuff?
Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberries, pumpkin pie, apple pie, cherry pie.
On a Monday?
It's the same as us.
Well, they don't take their flannel shirts and tie them at the waist.
They do not.
Play with each other's belly buttons or anything like that?
They do not. It's just like ours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
All right.
Don and Mike Show. Hello.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, we're doing great, thanks.
Hey, man. Here's the deal. I have a scoop for Buzz. Buzz, I don't know if you heard this yet,
Okay.
but Rick James died.
Okay.
Let me check into that and get back to you.
All right, bitch. We'll see you later.
That's a shame.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike, fellas.
Hi.
How's it going? This is Nick out here from Sacramento. Just wanted to know what's the deal with the chip on the shoulder with us.
Hey, Rob just gave him the dance.
Hey, Nick, you would be one of the guys.
Rob was early and Rob was right.
Mm-hmm. Earlier in this phone scan, I had to talk slowly to someone because they were stupid. Now I'm sadly going to have to do the same to you. Wow. As Mike and Rob both do the Sacramento dance, including the UT. Let me say to you, when we hold on, you are stupid. When we kid about Sacramento, like with Wanda Sykes, we're kidding mainly so really dumb people like you call us.
No, we're not. We're serious.
Are you you're being serious with me?
Oh, see, there you go. Good listener. Good comeback.
That's the problem. That's what we told Wanda Sykes.
Big sack.
Good luck, Wanda. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike, radio guy.
And you should have seen the dance that Mike and Rob were just doing.
Yeah, we put our souls into it.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Don and Mike, radio guy.
I'm sorry, I already said that and you said your part, so go ahead. What can we do for you?
Hey, just wanted to say that you guys are getting lots of people from Canada. That's true, but they're actually from Toronto.
And, this is proof that people from America can be just as annoying and just as stupid.
How about that?
Well, thanks for calling. Where's your mom from?
Horville.
Thank you very much.
All right, so you didn't get it right. It's Toronto. She was hit by a hurricane. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Or a tornado.
Hello, yeah. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, you are on the air on the Don and Mike radio show.
Hello, Don and Mike. Nice to talk to you. I have a little bit of bad news from Mike. I heard pitching for the Yankees, Mike Messina, he is eating matzo ball sandwiches all day. You're in trouble. I think he's going to be ready to play.
All right, I'm shaking. Matzo ball sandwiches.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hello, Reno. Are you there, boys?
I'm here.
What is this?
I have something to say to you. Gorgie.
What?
You're gorgy.
Oh,
Gorgy.
Thank you, man.
I got to give the prize to somebody else. That wasn't a man buzz.
No.
Hello, Don and Mike Show. Hello.
Speak to us.
Phone scan.
Oh, something terrible's happened.
No, it's not. Mike always happens like this. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hey, Don and Mike.
See? There's always one. Hi.
Hey, got a question about the show.
Yes.
Yes. The little girl at the beginning of your show that says hello, is her name Julia?
Yes.
You mean this?
Hello.
Right,
Yeah, there she is. Who's Julia?
That's Rob's daughter.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Good.
So you say.
No. Really, my daughter. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You satisfied with that answer?
Well, if that's what you tell me, I'll take it.
Okay, do you want a prize?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why do you want to know that?
Oh, well, you're the only one that says hello to her. All the other people that say hello at the beginning of your show, you don't say it by name.
I feel the same way. Like he's one of those guys driving around in the the big sedan.
Yeah, you wouldn't like to have a gigantic like Costco-sized thing of like of suckers, if you'll
Tootsie Rolls,
pardon the pun, yeah,
saying hop in, let's go for a drive.
Big plush animal. You don't drive around and say, I lost my dog. Have you seen my dog? I mean, I've seen the Lifetime TV movies. I know how guys like you operate.
You just thought it was a cute You thought it was a cute little kid, right?
No, I hit the wrong button. I was not indicating that Tony was into that.
Thank goodness.
But yeah, listen, perv, okay? We got a place for guys like you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
No prize for you.
Amen.
Oh.
No prize for you.
No, I'm not into that stuff. Come on.
No, listen, no prize for you. I'm serious.
Hey, come on. Hey, she's the only one you say by name. All the other guys...
Hello.
All right, listen, stay on the line. I'll see if Rob can send you a diaper.
Oh, God.
One of Julia's diapers.
He's still doing this?
Julia doesn't wear diapers anymore, does she?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Don and Mike show. What a Robert.
His thumb's his diaper.
Oh, I got to tell you about my godson. He's the greatest. I don't want to get you in trouble.
I mean, it doesn't. But
Can we say the nickname?
yeah,
Thumbs.
I made it up in here. It's Thumbs.
His Robert Jr. is Thumbs.
He breaks things always.
So Rob's wife, Carrie, has a Halloween plate.
Yeah, it was a birthday gift she got, at the end of September. And it was like a glass pumpkin Halloween plate, you know.
Beautiful, nice little keepsake.
Yeah, something that chicks would really dig.
And Thumbs took it on?
And it was on top of the washing machine in a gift bag. And first thing yesterday, like it was on his to-do list. 7:45, he comes downstairs, runs up to the washing machine, reaches up, pulls the bag down, crash.
Yeah.
Broken. And then... gone.
Off for another adventure.
Off on another Thumbs adventure.
Something else to destroy.
And that's what he does.
Way to go, Thumbs.
Yeah, and it was the best thing is that we heard the noise, Carrie and I looked at each other. I said, I'll go check and see what that...
And he's strong, too, right?
Oh, my God.
Strong as well. I said to Rob, did he climb up on something? Rob said, no. He just reached up. The thing was on top of the washer and the dryer.
Boom.
He pulled it right off.
Thumbs Spiewak.
My boy.
Hello there, Don and Mike show. We got to give away a prize, and you're the winner. Hello.
Hey, Don, Mike, how you guys doing?
We're doing great. Who are you?
My name is Sanjo. I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Right on Live 105. And listen real quick, what you need to say?
Basically, I just want to tell them I've been listening for about 13 years. I remember when Bart was playing donkey basketball in elementary school, and they made a call to some guy in, Far East Asia called Hop.
Thank you.
Right, thanks for the days.
We appreciate it. Listen, my friend, for being the last person on the phone scan, you have got the WWE Taboo Tuesday prize pack. WWE Taboo Tuesday.
Taboo.
Live next Tuesday, in-demand pay-per-view from Cox. COX. Digital customers enjoy easy ordering when using your digital remote. Thank you for listening in Baltimore.
You guys are the best. I've been listening to you for 10 years, and I listen to you for an
thank
hour.
you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I thought it was 13.
I'm sorry?
How many years?
It's probably that 13. It's back in 19.
Thanks a lot. Okay, appreciate it.
Right. Let's go to Buzz now.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden,
that's fun, isn't
one
it?
man found a way to bring good news to his people.
Me.
He made it up.
Fun just to talk when they talk.
It is.
Buzz, what's your lead story on the news and comments?
Well, I don't want to alarm anybody.
Oh, you love to alarm, Buzz. You're teasing us like that.
Today, North Korea threatens the U.S. with the word war.
All right.
Stay tuned for news and comments coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
That was very
professional run.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
What's the word from Planet Crackpot?
The Don and Mike Show.
Pray for death. The Don and Mike Show.
Time for Buzz's News now. Buzz brought to you by Smoke Break.
This is good smoke.
News comment brought to you by Smoke Break. Smokers break the nasty habit without gaining weight. Smoke Break. Revolutionary tablet for smokers. Get it now at fine retailers. Here is Buzz Girdley. Hi, Buzz. The reason we were fired in Salt Lake City.
I thought I might.
One of the reasons.
I don't understand that.
It's your fault. It's on you.
Now that it's mission accomplished in Iraq, we're ready to handle North Korea. Today, the North Korean government says that if the UN imposes sanctions to punish Iraq for not negotiating, that will spark, and I quote, a merciless war.
To punish who?
The North Koreans.
Punish Iraq?
To punish North Korea.
Okay, you
start in the beginning.
Start from the very beginning, Buzz.
Today, the North Korean government says that if the UN imposes sanctions to punish North Korea for not negotiating, that will spark, and I quote, a merciless war. Okay. The North Koreans are refusing to talk about their buildup of nuclear weapons, and the U.S. is talking
about it here.
Sound angry. And the U.S. is talking about getting the UN to strong-arm the Koreans with the threat of trade restrictions. Quoting the North Korean news agency, sanctions mean war, and war does not know any mercy. The agency goes on to say that the U.S., quote, would be responsible for all ensuing fatal consequences if war breaks out.
Ah, boy.
Yeah.
All I know is on Mad TV, that guy does a hell of a... Who's the crazy Korean guy?
Kim Jong-il.
He does...
Right? Isn't that it?
He does a killer Kim Jong-il. When he has... Have you seen the bits where he has, like, the Kim Jong-il show when he comes out and does his talk show?
I think his name is Bobby Lee.
He's great.
He does Connie Chung so funny.
Yeah.
And he does, he doesn't try to do any kind of impression of Connie Chung. He just puts on a wig.
So, Buzz, here's my question about this.
Yes.
This is nothing new.
No,
right, with North Korea, right?
The first time I think they've used the word war.
No, but they use rhetoric all the time, more than anybody else.
It's still scary and unfortunate.
Buzz, I'm not trying to water down your alarmist
timing,
news, but I mean, they're. I think we're going to be okay here.
All right.
Not like we've ever fought.
What's that, Rob?
Not like we've ever fought Korea before.
Perhaps
he was there.
Perhaps I can shake your confidence this way.
All right.
So, who has the nuclear weapons-making material that Iraq used to have? The United Nations Nuclear Watchdog Agency says they have vanished from Iraq without being noticed by the United States, these weapons. The materials, anyway. The UN has satellite pictures showing that entire buildings that once housed the stuff have been dismantled. And it says the nuclear materials that were once stored in the open have disappeared without a trace. This information comes just days after our CIA said that insurgent groups in Iraq have been trying to get their hands on a weapons of mass destruction kit. The UN weapons inspectors say they would have been able to keep a better eye on these things if the U.S. hadn't ordered them out at the start of
It's a crazy place, but isn't it why you and I drink?
Yeah. Yeah, keep voting for Bush, everybody.
A new...
Pretty smart move. Keep voting for him. Pretty smart.
Hey, we're not out in Salt Lake. Katie, bar the door.
A new nonpartisan report on poverty is delivering a stinging blow to President Bush just weeks before the election. An independent report says that more than a quarter of the nation's working families are considered low income or poor. The report was produced by the Working Poor Families Project.
Don Geronimo has his hand up.
No, I'm just...
You're acknowledging the working poor.
The working poor.
Well, yes, that's all of us.
Yeah.
Right. God, I don't know where that puts me.
You're in a box, then.
I know.
Yeah, I don't... And then not maybe a box on the side of the road, maybe a box on the ground.
Yeah, not a wooden one, though. Cardboard.
We'll just wrap you in saran wrap. We'll wrap you in bubble wrap.
And Mike keeps singing.
Lamoni where the wind blows.
Sorry. The Democratic Party is filing a complaint.
Let me say hi to my wife, who's on her way home from work. Mm-hmm. It's cheaper to keep her. I love you. How you doing, baby?
Love ya. The Democratic Party is filing a complaint with the Federal Election Commission over Sinclair Broadcasting's plans to air an anti-Kerry film next week.
That's a good idea, Sinclair Broadcasting.
That'd be just 2 weeks before the election.
That's not too communistic.
It's a free country. They can say what they want, I guess. But
yeah.
The anti-Kerry film will air in prime time without commercial interruptions. And next time you hear the words liberal media, remember, Sinclair's the company that refused to air anti-Bush commercials and even an installment of Nightline that read the names of the war dead. Sinclair gives the maximum amount of money allowed by law to the Bush re-election campaign. ABC, NBC, and CBS don't own the most TV stations in this country. Sinclair does.
That's great news. Great news for everybody who likes to have this stuff jammed down our throats.
And a dozen of these stations are in critical swing states: Ohio, Florida, Iowa, and Wisconsin.
And listen to this from these bastards at Sinclair Broadcasting. Mm-hmm. The latest I heard before we started the show today was that, they're going to run it on all of their owned and operated stations, and because they're good guys, they're going to give John Kerry 30 minutes afterwards, if he wants to show up in the Sinclair Broadcasting Studios to answer questions about the movie that they've just run.
Oh, but not just 30 minutes of airtime. It's 30 minutes to answer questions about that specific movie.
Hi there.
At least that's
about
what
a show he hadn't seen until that moment.
Right.
Oh, my.
Right.
And every one of the Sinclair stations has been ordered to air the film that accuses Kerry of betraying American prisoners in Vietnam. It carries the fair and balanced title, Stolen Honor, Wounds That Never Heal.
Now, I always thought, in my knowledge of broadcast law, was that if we, were to give a candidate
Mike, here's
a chance to talk for a half an hour, the other candidate has to get a chance to talk for a half an hour.
What the Democrats should do is not even go with the fair trade thing.
Equal time.
Yeah, equal time. They should go and say, hey, listen, we want
equal time.
Not equal time. It's illegal what they're doing. What they're doing is, in essence, making a campaign contribution to the Bush.
With their airtime.
So what the Democrats should do is say, listen, that's fine if you want to do that, but let's put a cash amount on exactly how much. Maybe I'm getting back to the point that you're getting to about equal time.
I would think so. I would think that's the way it works.
For 65 television stations throughout America to run a 1-hour documentary about why you should vote for Bush, how much exactly
what's the cash value?
Is that worth?
Right.
Yeah, it seems like you're always supposed to give the other guys equal time. And if you're, doing a commentary show, you can have all the guys you want, and it doesn't matter what their point of view is. But if you are actually going to run a campaign commercial,
so what they should do is the Democrats should go and say, how much is that worth? Great. We'd like the same amount in trade for Kerry commercials.
That's very strange.
For instance, if the show in, let's say, in Rochester, let's say that hour of TV time is worth $80,000. You say, that's great. We'd like $80,000 worth of commercials, please. And don't put them on during the Bowflex ads.
Right.
Put it on during Jerry Seinfeld and all the shows that people watch. I mean,
this is why the Democrats have complained to the Federal Election Commission.
Do they have a chance? I haven't read enough about this. Do they have a chance of getting this blocked?
If they present the argument that Don just presented, I think they do. It remains to be seen what the Federal Election Commission will rule on this.
Yeah, we'll have to keep up on the story.
Right or wrong, fair or not, if the movie airs, and it appears it will, it could be quite a blow to Kerry. President Bush, meanwhile, not nearly as wounded, with today's full-page ad in the Washington Post taken out by, quote, concerned citizens and organizations of Norway. The concerned Norwegians never did support the invasion of Iraq, and they say they were very concerned about not offending anyone with this ad. Quoting a spokesman for the group that raised money for it, we stress that we are friends of the U.S., but we disagree with American foreign policy. As Don told you earlier, the witch hunt's not over. FCC preparing to fine Fox $1 million for some sexy talk on a reality show.
Not even talk. The fact that they just put whipped cream over some girl's nipples.
Apparently, the complaint that was filed cited that, but also cited the discussion among the contestants after that incident. I guess it was some of the things they said about what had happened. At any rate, one complaint, as you pointed out earlier, filed by the Parents Television Council, a conservative group that's been getting its way these days with the FCC, an agency established simply to keep radio waves from bumping into each other.
Hey, listen, everybody, take for a second out the fact that we were canceled in Salt Lake because of the slant we've taken on this show. Big deal. Salt Lake City doesn't matter in the big scheme. It's another lost radio market for us.
Right.
But consider this. It's 3 weeks until the goddamn election. In America, you have a group of broadcasters going to run an anti-Kerry 1-hour special on free TV. Nobody's saying anything about it.
It's not right.
It's not. This News Now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what we're getting pushed towards? And I'm not kidding about this. Communism. You're talking about one channel. What's the channel? Sinclair Broadcasting. What, on Fox? They did something that got a 0.0 rating, but one person wrote a letter and complained. We'll fine Fox $1 million.
What's that sound like? Like in the old Soviet Union? Well, that one person in your apartment building who said you were an enemy of the state? Hey, then they came in the middle of the night and they took you away and put you in a gulag.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's weird stuff. And I mean, it's very scary. It really is the way we have been so divided. We're more divided in this country than we ever have been. But that should not let anybody think that they can go above and beyond what the forefathers of this country set up, which is fair, equal.
How about this?
You have the right to pursue happiness. Come on.
I know that there's a slogan. I've used it myself. You know, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, business, football, whatever it is. I get it. You know, if you're not trying to get the extra edge, if you're not maybe being sneaky to get ahead in your line of business, then
whatever.
you're not trying.
But when you're cheating right out there where everybody can see you cheating,
and the problem is
that's crap.
This is America, and no one has stood up to say, "Hey, hold on, wait a minute, Sinclair, you can't do this."
It's ridiculous.
They might. We'll see.
Well, Buzz, they've had how many days? This has been in the news. This has been bubbling under for 2 or 3 days.
But it also speaks to look who's in power right now.
The complaint by the Democrats has just been filed, so now we'll wait and see how the Election Commission rules on it. And it hasn't even been a month since the FCC fined CBS over $500,000 for the Janet Jackson incident. And speaking of Ms. Jackson, in Dallas, there's a tight race between 2 congressmen, and it's getting ugly. The conservative Republican was among the first to cash in on the moral outrage of Ms. Jackson's wardrobe malfunction. But as his Democratic opponent found out, Republican Pete Sessions exposed a lot more than that back in college. The young Republican was part of an innocent attempt to set some kind of streaking record. But that turned ugly, too, and led to a clash with police in which people got arrested. It, and I mean it, was in the papers, in color, under the headline, Dudes, Broads, and Nude Bods. So the guy who's so upset about seeing a private part of Janet Jackson on TV had his most private part in the paper. The office of Congressman Peter Sessions.
Peter, I get it, Buzz.
Says he was just a kid then and that he's older and wiser now.
Of course.
Quoting a spokesman for the Democrats, Sessions exposed himself to children and strangers. He's exposed himself as a hypocrite as well. Wow.
You know, I don't know where I line up on that one because you know what? So he streaked in college. Right. I think he's wrong for the Janet Jackson thing. Right. Yes, he's a hypocrite, but, you know, with the other guy using that, then it's just as, you know what I mean? It's just as bad.
Listen, here's the thing. Everybody's not a hypocrite. Everybody's a hypocrite because everybody's done something that they shouldn't have done. And we can't be expected to hold these people that we're going to vote for to a standard that none of us can live.
But I see the point that if this guy is hanging his hat on the whole moral indignation thing, then you do knock him down a peg for that.
Hypocrite.
Okay, Homeland Insecurity. A 36-year-old San Diego woman says the airport security worker went too far when she said, and I quote, "I'm going to feel your breasts now." Ava Kingsford says she was stopped for a supposedly random search at Denver International last month as she prepared to go home with her 3-month-old son. Enjoy this.
You know, it's the whole whipped cream thing that got me.
I thought you had one of your bitches in here.
Hey, Charlie M., how you doing?
You felt my breast for Charlie M.?
Ava says her response to the female security worker was, I beg your pardon? She told the TSA screener that she was uncomfortable with the search, prompting the arrival of even more security folk.
Everybody wants to feel.
She says they told her that without the search, she wasn't going to board the plane. So, Ava...
hold on a second.
Yeah.
Incredible!
Hey, Sheriff.
You're going to have to let all of us try it now.
I thought you only came around when Jeremy Coleman's name was mentioned.
No, he's gone now. He's up at that bird in the sky. And we're all going to have to touch.
The perv sheriff is still with us.
We all touch or you don't get on your plane.
Incredible!
Thank you, John Pop.
Sheriff Head.
So Ava, shaken by this whole incident, drove home from Denver to San Diego. Security officials say she could have been hiding something. She says she was wearing a form-fitting tank top. Another picture for you there.
Give me that job.
Hello.
Baby.
When we come back,
Buzz.
I'll tell you about the people trying to jam your cell phone.
I bet that won't turn me on like your last story did. All right, we'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show.
World-class dancers, Don and Mike.
Right. Let's see, we want to thank Wanda Sykes for being on the show today.
She was wonderful.
Watch your reality show. This is Wanda Sykes. I forgot the name of it.
Wanda Does It.
Yeah, that's tonight on Comedy Central. Also thanks to Brian Wofford, the guy who actually the house didn't fall down on Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC. Sunday night at 8, 7 Central.
All right.
Of course, Nancy O'Dell.
Yeah! Nancy O'Dell from Access Hollywood.
And Billy Bush. How have you been?
How have you been, Bushy?
Check your local listing thing.
Yeah.
So that's all the everybody that was on the show today. Now here's Buzz.
Hi, Dynamite.
What?
Oh.
Tim Anderson, rather.
Tim Anderson, isn't that something?
The bread man.
We don't have to plug that. How about that?
Around the world, more and more places are jamming your cell phone.
You've got to be kidding me.
Since a lot of people don't turn off their cell phones and pagers in churches and movie theaters and Broadway theaters, the churches and theaters have started turning it off for them. Theaters in the U.S. and France and elsewhere, along with a number of churches in this country, have purchased transmitters that send out signals to jam your cell phone while you're in range of their very expensive equipment.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you. I went to that Navy ball over the weekend where it's the birthday of the Navy, and it was me, and it felt like me and everybody else was in the Navy. And as soon as the honorary speaker, this retired vice admiral, got up to speak, and as soon as he got up to speak, mine went off. And you haven't lived till you've had like 8 admirals staring at you.
Was it that loud, girly ring that you have?
I'm eyeball to eyeball with this 60-year-old admiral guy going,
Churches and theaters have that technology, and one day so will the military.
Okay.
Ozzy's wife, Sharon Osbourne, is not dead, despite what you may have read on the ABC News website yesterday.
I just want to say thank God for that, Sharon. You haven't heard from him much, have you?
Right.
I've basically vanished into obscurity.
Yes.
What did I read that they're paying Rod Stewart between $9 and $30 million a year for Rod Stewart to do a show that takes the place of the Osbournes.
Oh. It's going to be Rod Stewart?
Yes.
I'm better. I'm sure his dogs won't do, but I do.
The ABC News website yesterday accidentally ran an obituary. Most news organizations already have these written for living celebrities so they can be first with the most information. A few details are left out of these obits, like when and where and how the person died.
Roaring by the entire field was Mercedes-Benz.
There he is.
Which took first place with BMW.
No, it's just his career is dead.
Shut up! Easy mistake to make. So Sharon's obit read, Sharon Osbourne, best known as the woman who saved Ozzy Osbourne from himself, died today of blank. She was blank years old. Sharon is alive at the age of 54. ABC's apologized to her and her friends and her family and calls it
Sharon!
A regrettable mistake.
Sharon, the paper says you're dead.
And have you seen Kelly recently?
No, not recently.
Sharon, the paper says Kelly's fat.
She is. She's gigantic fat. And she's got her hair done like, what do you call it? You get these predominantly in New York. They're called a black and white cookie. You ever seen these things? They're real big. It's a regular. They've even talked about it on Seinfeld.
It's dunked in half chocolate, right?
Half chocolate and half like
glaze.
frosting,
okay,
right? Like white frosting. And anyway, that's what her hair looks like.
Oh.
One side of her hair is jet black, and the other side is like white frosting color.
That's disgraceful.
And she's got a TV program now.
Oh, she does?
Does she really?
Yeah.
Well, what's it about?
About an hour. I don't know. It's some teen-oriented program.
Oh, you did
drama.
Do you like it?
I don't care for it.
Okay. Bring me some more.
Do you care for it?
I don't know.
How have you been?
I've been fine.
How
have you been?
How you been?
Wonderful.
How you been?
Good to see you, Ozzy.
Okay, boss.
Oklahoma is okay for lesbians.
Yeah.
A Republican running for Senate in the Sooner State says there is rampant lesbianism in some of the state schools. His words, rampant lesbianism. His Democratic opponent has this on tape and having a field day with it. Quoting the tape, lesbianism is so rampant in some of the schools in southeast Oklahoma, they'll only let one girl go to the bathroom. Hello! Think about that issue, the quote continues. How is it that this is happening to us? Quoting a superintendent.
Hi there.
He knows something I don't know. By the way, this particular election race could be pivotal in the battle for control of the United States Senate.
Yeah.
Buzz, you keep throwing out these things.
I'm sorry.
Everything is, it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
First it's the guy in North Korea, then it's the people with the TV, then it's this is going to kill you, and then there's the lady that got her boobs felled at the airport, and then and now it's more, everything's bad.
You listen to this man, ladies and gentlemen. You give Buzz a week, You won't leave your house.
That's my plan. And the world will be a better place.
Sure.
They ask us why we interrupt.
Just because... Here's a feel-good for you.
Okay.
Just because someone loves animals doesn't mean they're kind and gentle. In England, the accusation is that animal rights activists dug up the mother of a guy who does animal research and fed her remains to guinea pigs.
Hey! Now I'm laughing.
Police say it appears 2 people spent over 4 hours digging up the body of Gladys Hammond.
Oh, Gladys.
The Animal Liberation Front is the lead suspect. Quoting a source, this is the sort of irony they'd like.
How many years have I been saying people are animals too?
I'm not a beautiful lady from Chicago.
Doesn't he know it?
Dennis Murphy is people. Soylent Green is people.
People.
Yeah, Soylent Green is Dennis Murphy.
People.
Did we learn nothing from the movie Footloose? In Bend, Oregon, the big controversy at Spirit Week this year is freak dancing. That's the current name for dirty dancing, which has been around for as long as dancing. Quoting a sign on the office door at one high school, dancing that simulates sex or is graphically sexual in nature will not be allowed. The office is serious. It canceled the dance last spring after the last debate about freak dancing. But the principal says the policy really just means no touching. He says the kids can freak dance if they want, so long as there's no touching.
Get your freak on.
Quoting a student, they're taking it to an extreme, saying we're having sex.
Boy, where can you go anymore? Well, they go to Oklahoma, where they're all lesbians.
You know, it was a long time ago. I know we're running out of time, but I've never been hip, although I like to think that I am. It was a defining moment for Freda and myself. It was, I think, 1983, 84 when the movie Footloose came out.
Right.
Anyway, we went to see it, and we thought, this is a piece of garbage. And it's one of those things where you find out how people are.
Right.
Buzz, you remember these people, Dave and Patty Robbins.
Absolutely, yes.
Guy was a disc jockey at our radio station in Chicago. Next day I went into work. He did the show after us. We did the morning show at Midnight. He said, hey, I heard you, one of these guys' voice, heard you saw Footloose. Yeah, I saw it. He said, swear to God, I said, Patty and I think it's the best movie we've ever seen.
Well, it's just because he looked like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, but I mean, immediately what it did was it tainted our view of the Robbins.
Yes, I understand.
Of the family unit, of both of them, we decided we can no longer socialize.
They can't be our friends.
Well, I remember the movie Footloose, and I think you made the correct call. Unquestionably.
And I'm saying, I don't know good from bad. I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground.
Right.
But I know I go see Footloose 20 years ago. It sucks. And some guy 20 years ago that says to me it's good, I know. He's a moron.
Right.
And I remember it now 20 years later.
I think you made an excellent judgment.
And let me further just say, as further proof he's a moron, that man is now a manager of many Infinity radio stations in Chicago.
Hello. Well, of course he ended up in management. I'd say you proved your argument twice.
Footloose.
Well, my work here is almost through, so finally, the Piccadilly Cafeteria in Morrow, Georgia cares about its customers. So it was upset, to say the least, to learn that one of its customers had shoved some turnip greens into his mouth only to discover that he'd also been eating rat parts.
Hey.
And there were more rat parts in the rest of the greens, little legs and tails and such. So Piccadilly's recalled the greens at all 132 of its restaurants throughout the South and promises this will never happen again because Piccadilly does give a rat's ass. I'm Buzz Burbank on the Don and Mike Show.
That's pretty good. Yeah, boy.
All right, you know the plugs. Thank you to all of our guests today. Tomorrow, Dika on the Zoo. Mankind, Mick Foley will be here from the WWE, and we'll give away a trip somewhere. That'll be a good one. We'll see you then, and let's go Red Sox.
Go Red Sox, yes.
Stand by for Ron and Fez coming up next. WJFK, Live 105, on the Buzz in Tampa Bay. Good day to you, sir.
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 And you, I'll see you at the park. Okay.
Go, Dilly.
Okay.
Go Sox.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.